Hello, my good friends. It's great to see everyone today. Today is July 20th, 2022, 7 o'clock on the East Coast. It's great to see everyone here. I'm not sure if Marissa is here yet, but if she is, I will go ahead and drop a link. She may have just texted me, so let me just check something real quick. No, maybe she did. Thank you. Thank you guys so much. It's great to see everyone. Just going to wait till Marissa gets up here. We have a great show planned for you today. And hello.
I'm
Your teeth,
overwhelmed.
by the skin of your teeth. You
I made
literally,
it by the skin of my teeth. The feet, the nails are done, and the eyebrows are waxed.
nice.
Yay!
LB.
So I don't even know how many people are here, but I want to say today is the best day ever so far. And Justin, we got a package from Neiman Marcus.
Yay.
And I wanted to say that Cork pitched in for it.
Oh, Corky, thank you.
Yes. And I also want to say thank you to Jenny, who sent me the flowers. And thank you. Thank you so much. But she's a new subscriber. Thank you for all the new subscribers. Don't forget to subscribe to LB. LB has a great channel, and we wanted to work with a lot of people, and we ended up with the best.
Thank you,
Yes.
Molly.
So
Thank you all so much.
Hey, Marissa,
right.
before we get started with Vaughn, I do want to, I promised this creator that I would run this because this is urgent. This is a missing person named Austin Arthur. Is it Lauer? Age 12 years old.
Flower.
Lauer. Is it like Matt Lauer? Okay. Age 12, brown hair, brown eyes, 5'7", 145 pounds. Austin Arthur Lauer was last seen July 17, 2022, around 6 p.m. Austin got into the car pictured above on the corner of 17th and Washington in, is it Lorain, Ohio?
I think so.
He was wearing, I can't see what, brown pants pictured above with a dark collar, short sleeve. Austin is special needs. He's special needs. And hold on, I've got one more thing to picture to show you guys. He has went missing before, but okay. This is from Level Headed, another YouTube creator. He was like, okay, 17. He was seen last 17th in Washington in Lorain, Ohio. He was wearing khaki brown pants pictured above with a dark color short sleeve shirt with red stripes. Austin is on the autism spectrum and does have some behavioral issues, is without his medication. Austin is listed as missing and endangered. Please contact the Lorain Police Department at 440-204-2100 or dial 911 if you're local. And there is a one more picture, and then let me find it.
A lot of these kids on the spectrum are coming up missing a lot lately.
Now they have a neighbor, and these are the neighbors, and these people have allegedly been picking Taylor, been picking Austin up picking Austin up. Taylor Roberts and Tyler let's
Let's.
uh, let's something like that. And uh, it could be, it may not be. There could allegedly even be some SA misconduct uh, that is that has been thrown out there. It's just, of course, alleged, um, but he is riding in this. This is the actual cam footage where they picked him up, and uh, it looks like a GMC, maybe Acadia or Chevrolet. It's definitely a General Motors car. I forgot. So, guys, if anybody is around in that area in Ohio, please keep your eyes and ears open. And if you find him or have heard, please call that phone number. Um, Traverse. That's what it is. Traverse. Yes, Traverse. Thank you, Samantha. So, best wishes for Austin. Okay. All right. Back to regular scheduled program. So, thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Penelope. And thank you, Lady Sage. Sending love and light to everyone involved. Thank you, Molly and Justin, for being amazing people and pushing for families' justice with a voice. You guys are truly angel. Thank you so much, honey. Thank you, Lady Sage. All right. So, got a big show. Good news, right? Good,
Moving
good
on.
news. Go ahead.
So it made public. Now I can talk about it. The biological father has filed for an emergency temporary custody of the girls. Now, me and Justin knew that this was coming. So if you go back to all the questions that were asked about when I spoke to him the two times, I kind of tried to get out of the situation only because I was holding on to that information. And he asked me to kindly keep that personal. And I did. So, congratulations to the father stepping up, and I think it's amazing, and I hope that it happens. Um, and a little bit more incredible news. I received a message from Miss Letitia. And if Miss Letitia, you're watching, she got to see her baby today.
Yes.
It was a supervised visit. Andrea made a deal with her with the lawyer that's representing Letitia. And the deal was, well, she can see him, but she can't bring in a camera or a phone, and the stepdad and the son can't be there. But she did get to see him today, and she's very, very happy. But there's more good news. Tomorrow, the stepfather and her brother get to see him. So there'll be another. So
High
high
five,
five
ladies.
to everyone.
High five,
Yay.
ladies.
So she did get to see her baby. I know it's amazing, and I know that Mr. Jackson and Mrs. Jackson are very happy to hear that they got a chance to get some stuff done. So yes, that lawyer is working for Miss Letitia, and sh apparently Andrea can only her demands, her wishes are a little bit cold-hearted, in my opinion, very cold. Um, I don't know have any satisfaction with treating this family with the way that she has. Another thing that should be brought up is Mr. Marvon Sr. and his wife are having a problem with a certain YouTuber channel. She called me up very upset. She's had to block this woman twice, and still she kept on with the messenger. So she's having a hard time getting this woman to. Mr. Marvon McCray, Mr. Jackson does not want to talk to this girl. I don't know what happened and what rubbed these people the wrong way with her. But all I have to say is, Katie, please, this is not about you. This is not about us. And you want to know something? Put the YouTube, the views, the everything, the whatever you're trying to create a pissing match. We're not your competition. And I'll give you credit. You're getting a lot of information. And I applaud you on that. But it's the way that you speak to people. It's the way that you treat people is what people have a problem with. So I'm asking you kindly, if the family is saying that they don't feel comfortable with you, can you just please respect that for the time being?
Just leave them alone.
Just
leave them alone.
Please, please. They've been through enough. They don't need this. That's all I know. I wasn't given details as to what you did. I'm not trying to make you angry. I'm not trying to embarrass you, but you don't take a hint. You're not taking a hint. So just please cut it out. And then the last thing that I wanted to say is I think it needs to be said, and it's very uncomfortable. So with the uncomfortable stuff, I don't think it should come out of their mouths. I think it should just come out of my mouth. There are a couple of channels that are talking about this particular case. And I appreciate the fact that they're coming out and talking. But the things that I'm personally hearing myself is that this is that in their opinion, this is a race issue. For me, I don't believe that this is a race issue.
This has nothing
at
to do
all.
with race.
I am a Latina. I am a Puerto Rican woman. I believe that this is more importantly a sex issue.
A human issue.
He is a male. She is a female. This is exactly like it's mirroring the Johnny Depp trial. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yep.
This is the actions of a woman, not a white woman, not a Mexican woman. And, listen, I know that there's a lot of people that believe, oh, well, if it was a white blonde woman, it would be getting tons of attention. I don't usually see things that way. But there are, listen, Marvon's life matters. And it does. And also, if we can, my last thing I'm just going to say is we should really have respect for the Jehovah's Witness religion.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. We cannot make judgments on people's religion or their color. Listen, some people were brought up by crazy people that think that Muslims are bad, that black people are bad, that all people are white trash, and blah, blah, blah. Listen, it's 2022, and we're all of us are all going to look alike one day. We're all going to be mutts. So that's really what I wanted to say. The great thing about today is finding out that Oba, who is her ex-husband, has filed, it's been all over, to get his daughters. And I pray that he's successful. And I do not feel that, and I guess, and I'm assuming that Justin and Elle as well believe that these girls are not safe in her care as we sleep, as we speak, because we're seeing these videos with the knives and the way that they talk, that it's just too much at this point. You get what I'm saying? So I'll leave it to you.
Well, I mean, would you want to call Letitia? Oh, she's busy.
I'll go ahead and say something since she's busy.
Please.
I'm so happy to hear that the dad has filed for custody, but that does leave me concerned about Raza. If the dad gets custody of the girls and Raza is left alone in her care, I've seen a lot of people say she treats the girls better than Raza. And if she loses the girls, is that going to have her even more so in an uproar to where she's mistreating Raza?
Raza's not being left out.
Okay, great.
Mama
Okay.
Dukes, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mama Duke. So yeah, I'm just letting you know that I know for sure that Raza's not being left out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I mean, yeah, not left out at all. So.
I mean, if anything, I'll take care of him.
I'll take him. I got 6 kids. He will get along. I got one his age, I'm sure.
Aww.
Yes, I do. So he would get along great with my kids.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, what's one more, right?
I know, right? Doesn't matter.
We were surprised. Last night we found out that Elle has 6 children.
I do.
God
They're all mine.
bless her. I wouldn't have any hair left.
I wouldn't have any money.
Well, we are broke, but I've been blessed with good hair.
That's right. No, it's fine. Do you think Letitia can take a call?
Let me see.
Because I would like to hear her, describe what happened today.
Yes.
What's his condition? How, just all the above. Lots of questions.
She hasn't even opened the where we were live.
She must be busy.
When you are available, can you please give us a call? We would love to hear you live. I did find out today that several of the siblings would like to speak out. One of them, his name is, I guess there's some ants in his pants. His name is Marvin.
Oh, wow.
And then she said they're all named after Marvin, but kind of in a different way.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. So
put up in his room to keep an eye on her. Stephanie Kate, that's actually a good thing. I agree. There probably is a camera in his room, because I would say that he's in either a ICU or a specialty hospital with critical care. They generally have cameras.
Actually, the one thing that I left out is in the agreement that Andrea made with Letitia's lawyer is she cannot tell anyone where he's at.
Yeah, okay.
And we're fine with that.
That's
right,
fine.
absolutely.
That's not our concern.
Right. I think it's smart that people not know where he is, because there are some crazy people out there that might try to show up. And as much as I don't agree with Dre, there might be people show up trying to beat her up or something. You just never know.
Right.
So.
Yeah. You don't want, nobody wants violence for anybody.
Exactly.
No, I don't believe, Cheryl, I don't believe that they're allowed to get any of the medical information. And the thing is I have to wonder why Andrea doesn't want anyone to know what his current state is. It's a big conundrum, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah. Another thing is no cameras. Is there something on his body that if photos are taken? Because she was very cautious, Dre was, when she was videoing. It was like she tried not to get his mouth, but she definitely wasn't getting his neck. I think there was this one accident where there was
Yeah.
a clip of his neck. But it definitely makes me wonder, is she worried if somebody comes in there with a camera that they're going to get his whole body and we may see something else that sparks questions? You know what I'm saying?
And
So
this whole thing is just so sad. It
terrible.
really
Yeah.
is. It's so
Still
sad.
about control. Yes, it's still about control. She's
Yes.
controlling Letitia and how she visits.
But I want to say thank you to both sides of the Jackson and the Bias family for thanking us for help and asking us for to speak with press and whatever. She's referring them to us, and I mean, it's a nice feeling. It's just a little hard because I'm kind of not the one, because I'm just so emotional, and I just it's really really sad, this whole thing, and I'm hoping that it gets better, and I hope that, Andrea, if you're watching, I hope that you come to your senses and just be a little more kinder to these people. I don't know why you have it in your heart or soul that these people are just so terrible, and that they don't deserve to be treated like human beings. That is his blood
Hmm.
family.
You
You
know,
are just the wife. Just
well,
the
the
wife.
the thing about it is, when you love someone like your husband, your wife, or something, and something happens to them, even if there's disagreements in the family, there should be one common goal, that you all love Vaughn. All of you, right? Supposedly, all of you love Vaughn. And that should be the greater purpose of all of
Mm-hmm.
this.
Yep.
Gotcha. Thank you for your super chat on.
Showing
Chilean.
So we are 2 hours ahead of
hello,
Letitia.
KJ.
Um
KJ's
uh
BS brings up race in her showing she's racist. Known KJ
who
since
does?
2018. Stopped following her and upset about 2 weeks after she started her YouTube channel. Oh wow.
Race. All right. Yeah, the race thing. Come on, people. Enough.
Yeah. Thank you, 616 Love. Um, that's just craziness. Absolute craziness. Um, so anything else, Marissa?
Um,
You guys rock. Thank you, Debbie.
um, Now that the police report has been spread around, apparently 3 people with YouTube channels or whatever, it's been taken down. They don't. I don't know how, but I don't know if it's being reported. But I would just say that, just what I would like to do is print it out, and when I get time, to just kind of,
That made a sound.
Redact everything.
not really redact it, but kind of sit
I
by
have.
myself
I
under no pressure and highlight some
Oh
stuff.
yeah. Yeah.
Because I will say that after sleeping on it, why didn't this police report say that there was rope around his neck and that there was rope still hanging from there? Because if it was cut and it wasn't frayed, that is a no-go, people.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't it say he was they listen, if they're going to say that his feet were pointing this way and his neck was pointing this way, why didn't they know that there was a rope still around?
Right.
Ha-
well, I mean, this is what I thought we could do today. I thought we could go through. Hey guys, this is the. Hold on one
Thank you,
second.
Nicole. Hello, Moto.
Uh, I went to that. I went to the same exact building today, that they have, and I recorded it.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to try to show that in just a moment. Um, Same type of. So bear with me. And then hello,
Hello,
yeah,
Moto.
you got. And I also thought we could go over at least one of the officers' police report today and take our time,
Mm-hmm.
sentence by sentence, and then talk about it. You think that's good?
Absolutely. And just to make a note, tomorrow is my turn to be live on my turn, but we're gonna actually all go over to L's tomorrow.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yes. So you're gonna fill in because I
Awesome.
will be I'm getting the glam squad at my
Oh,
house, and I'm going to see VIP New Kids on the Block. So I'm
oh my
getting one
goodness.
day off.
I'm jealous.
Nice.
Well,
I'm
I'm
jealous.
embarrassed because the last time I saw them, I'm about 35 pounds heavier.
Hey,
Well,
big is beautiful.
that's
Oh,
right.
sure.
Big is beautiful.
Who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me.
That's Backstreet Boys.
Whatever. Same thing.
Same thing, right?
Same
uh,
people.
exactly. I'm trying to find. I need to go to my. What am I looking for?
You know something that I noticed when I was looking over the report is
What?
that one of the officers said that he assumed the dispatch assumed the male. So the female called in and said that her husband had hung himself, and she said that she assumed that it was the husband, Marvin McCrae, due to previous calls. So yeah, that's in the report.
Say that
Um,
again.
I'll request them.
um,
What?
I'll
it
get them.
said
What?
something along the
We're gonna
lines.
buy the. Let's buy them.
Yeah,
What?
that
The
I was.
911 calls to that
yeah,
address.
because in the report it said dispatch. So a female called in and said that it was her husband or that it was a male, and they assumed that it was the husband Marvin McCrae due to previous calls. So there must
Marissa
have been a previous call. So
already on it.
Oh,
okay, look
how
at
much
you.
did it cost? I'll reimburse you.
Don't know.
Aw.
Uh, it's someone has been
All right.
very generous to us.
Aw. I know who it is. She's hot. Did you see a picture of her?
Who?
Her.
I don't know.
I saw a picture of her the other day. I was like, holy shit, she's hot.
No, it's not that person.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn.
Just give me 1 second. I'm trying to find my.
Do you need a link for LB's channel? Yes. And LB's got a great channel. And I'll tell
Yes.
you one thing. I'm getting a lot of emails. I didn't tell you this, LB, but I'm getting a lot of messages that are saying, we love her.
Yes.
Thank
Yeah.
y'all. Thank y'all so
There.
much.
They really like you.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. Since I've started coming on with you guys, I think I've grown like at this point like 2,000 subscribers since I started. Yeah,
That's
That's
yeah,
awesome.
awesome.
yeah, I have. So thank you guys for everyone that's
That's really sweet.
popped over to my channel. I appreciate it, and they're leaving comments too, like Molly and Justin sent me, and I'm like, thank y'all.
Aw.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually, I stopped over today.
you did. Yes, you sure did. Yes, that was awesome.
I stopped over.
So before I go to bed tonight, I'll put out her link. So she's going to be the official fill-in. So if I'm the Kelly Ripa and he's the Regis Philbin, she's
Regis. Who am I?
who
She's
fills in for Kelly Ripa? Oh, you'll be the Ryan Seacrest.
Ryan Seacrest. Yes, I can be him. I can be Ryan Seacrest. Sure. Absolutely. I just don't want to be Regis. He's too old.
He's
I think
dead.
he died.
Hey,
didn't
oh
he?
my God! R.I.P.
Yes.
I'm so sorry. He did.
Yeah, he died.
He did. He passed
Oh,
away. He was.
last night. Okay. I promised El Ray a link. Something
Thank you.
happened in the chat last night. Can you please drop a link for El Ray? She was very, very upset. Something was misunderstood, but she sent several emails. Is it okay to drop a link? Would that be okay, Justin? Because she's still upset. I don't know what happened, but she's like, "Oh my God, everybody's blaming me."
Well, the cops, she posted in the chat that the cops showed up at her house because she posted something on Twitter. And she was like, I posted something on Twitter, I think. And the cops showed up at her house. So she was saying that. And everybody was like, go up and tell them what happened. And she kept asking for the link and it wouldn't work. And then people was like, you're just the troll because they posted the link like 50 times and you're not grabbing it. She's like, no, it's not working. So I think people just assumed that she was a troll because she wasn't going up. Yeah, so that's what happened last night. So if she's here, I would love to hear what happened though.
Absolutely. I dropped her a link, so we'll see.
Yeah, enough of the personal drama. I really hope that we just keep getting more good news and more good news and more good news.
Mm-hmm.
And I really hope that this doesn't drag on for months and months and months. That's what
Yes.
I'm praying for.
For
Yes.
those of you that just joined, Letitia got to see Marvon today at the hospital. Unfortunately, the brothers and the father did not get to, but they are
Tomorrow they
supposed
will.
to be able to see them tomorrow.
And it's
So,
a supervised visit.
yes.
We don't know the reasons, but all I know is that when I got to speak to Letitia, well, actually, I didn't get to actually physically speak to her today, but I spoke to Miss Wynette um, when she was at work. Thank God Letitia got to see her. Yes, and honestly, right now they're really hoping for the donations for the GoFundMe legal fund because yeah, for obvious reasons. So I'm hoping that both sides of the family are gonna come together because this is their son. And
Exactly.
also, I told Miss Wynette, I said, "Did you see all the comments about everyone saying how handsome your husband was?" And she goes, "I did." She goes, "And he didn't even shave." I
Uh,
thought that was really nice because he's a handsome guy. You
uh,
want to know, he didn't have to do that video. He didn't have to do that video, and I'm so thankful that he did. But now we got these people saying that, oh, we don't think he was really there because he didn't show Marvon. Listen, this is his son. He's not out here to, get views. That's what Dre was doing.
that
Dre
was
wanted that.
she was. Let's see here. Looking at something.
Sarah, that Yuma reporter that came around 2 weeks ago who said, yeah, I'll get to it later in the week.
You said El Rey, correct, Marissa?
Yeah, El Ray. Here she is.
Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Bex. Thank you, Yvette. El Rey?
Hello.
Can you speak a little louder?
I'm outside. I've been doing yard work all day because I couldn't sleep all night and
Can you
just
speak
came
up a
out
little
and
bit,
did
honey?
yard
It's
work.
so hard to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's a little faint, but we can hear you.
Okay. El Ray is so I can check up on what my 9-year-old autistic son is doing and he won't recognize the name.
Okay.
So because he has his Nintendo Switch and all that stuff. And so I just check in. He won't recognize my real name. And, but I have a husband that works for our city. Um, I also have a son that's a Marine. He asked
Just
me
speak up a little louder if you can.
Can you hear me better now?
Oh, it's 1,000 times better. Yes.
Okay, I held the phone closer. My phone, I had to change my number. It's about to just go away. I need to get a new one. But my husband works for our city, and one of my sons is a Marine. He said, "You can say I'm a Marine. I am proud of that. I don't want my job." Um, Added to that, but it was when Marissa, how long has it been since you started this case? Like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago?
I think it's been like 2
Uh,
weeks.
And the CPS investigator's name was dropped and to call. And I called, his voicemail was filled. It went
That's
on
right.
to,
It was. You're right. I
yeah,
never called though.
and I went on, and it went on to say Emmanuel, um, something else's name, and I'm like, why are their names attached? And so I spoke to someone else, and I was like, you need to check on these kids. This is what's going on. I, I, my emotions, I just cannot. Um, and then I called Yuma PD before you did and left them a message. And I said, if you need lessons on how to do investigations right and how this should have gone, give me a shout out. Um, about 6 days ago, my 16-year-old taught me how to do Twitter. I have been putting Yuma PD do better. Um, I have been hashtagging everyone. It's gaining grabs and people are retweeting um, what I've said, but I made the mistake of giving where we are. And since my son in the Marines also works for law enforcement, as does my husband, they rolled up last night and because I had left that message for Yuma PD. And they knew about the call. I had put, I don't know if you want me to say,
can
um,
you speak up just a little bit louder? You're getting lower
um,
again.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if you want me to say the CPS Yuma investigator's name
No.
or not.
No.
Okay, I will not. But that was brought up and they rolled up because basically our whole family is either firefighters or law enforcement. And
Gotcha.
I made the mistake of when I said do better. Um, if you need lessons, you know,
Okay,
come talk to.
can you make your final point if you don't mind? Because
Yes.
it's
Oh,
really hard to hear you.
absolutely. I just wanted everyone to know I was not trolling. I was on my iPad last night. I could not figure out StreamYards on it. I figured it out on my phone. I am not a troll. I
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have lost sleep. I have been invested in this since day one.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you,
Thank you.
LB.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I
Appreciate
All
love
your
you
right.
time.
guys. I love what you're doing. Keep it up.
Thank you.
I'm on your side.
We know. All right.
Whatever I can
Okay,
do.
All right.
thank
Thank you,
you.
honey.
All
Please
Okay,
right.
so we
respect
just
you.
got a message from Marvon Jackson, Miss Jackson Winnett. She says, Miss Molly, just wanted you to know that me and my husband and I informed said YouTuber to take the Cash app down from her channel. She says, my husband and I are out 3,500 um, from that trip. I knew that from the beginning. She said she's saving everything she's getting now if they have to go back to Arizona. But she says Miss Letitia comes first. So I absolutely think that it's lovely that they're very supportive of each other. Now we're gonna call Miss Letitia. Okay, are you ready, Justin?
Let's do it.
Yeah. So I absolutely think. Who the hell is that? Lovely that.
Sounds like Joan Rivers.
Sounds like some crazy lady that needs to lose 35 pounds. All
Oh,
right.
you.
Okay. You're live on Z100.
Hello.
Hello, Miss Letitia. It is Molly Go Lightly, LB, and Justice for All.
Hey, you guys.
And about
Hey.
5,000 people.
Well, hello, everybody.
Hey.
I heard you had an eventful day.
I had a blessed day.
Blessed day.
Yes, yes, yes. It was so, oh my goodness. I felt like today was like when I first had him, when I first brought him in this world. It really was amazing. And I knew he knew I was there because I reached down and kissed his hand. He let out a smile. When I reached over to kiss his cheek, he turned his head towards me. And when I say he was like, you're not going to give me no pay. My son is no longer on the ventilator. That is true. He is responsive.
He's responsive?
It's not all the time. It's every now and again. But when I tell you, it was amazing. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Oh.
I put my hand in his hand, and you can feel him trying to squeeze it. I prayed over him. I asked him, I said, Marvon, open your eyes. Would y'all believe that I saw the white part in the pupil of my son's eye? It was so beautiful. It was so beautiful.
She saw the white. She saw what?
She said she saw the white of his eyes and the pupil, which means he opened it slightly.
His eyes, he opened them.
Slightly, yes.
Yes, yes. And they were pretty much turned up to the eyelid, but he actually opened them. I'm going to tell you something. I didn't know what to expect when I walked in that room. But it's like the Lord said, you know what? The first time, and probably for the past couple of weeks, I wasn't prepared. But today, it's like I walked into, oh my goodness, y'all. If I could just describe the feeling that I have right now. And I didn't share not one tear. I did cry a little bit, But I waited till I left out the room with him because it wasn't tears of sadness. It was tears of joy. And I really do thank everybody that made this possible. Really made this possible. And I'm going to just say this. What's been on my heart since yesterday was how can I forgive?
Yes.
How can I forgive? And I just believe that if I don't forgive, then I am not going to move forward if I do not forgive. So I'm going to say this publicly if it's okay.
Absolutely.
Andrea McCrae, I forgive you. And I pray that you forgive me. But Marvon is the main reason that I know you and you know me. And we all know each other right now. So we got to just keep prayers up for him that hopefully he'll progress. And behind closed doors, I do want to say this one thing. The fight is not ending because we got a baby on the side that needs, and Raza needs me. He needs his dad. And then you guys know what else. I spoke on that last night and I meant it. So let's just, that chant that you say to me, Marvon, open your eyes. Molly, thank you.
You're welcome.
Because from the time I walked in that hospital to the time I left out to the time I'm sitting here talking to you guys, it's Marvon, open your eyes. And I saw him today. I saw his eyes open. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'm so happy to hear that you got to see him and touch him and that he responded to you.
Yes, yes, yes.
And there's a part of me that feels like when you're saying, I need to forgive, there's a part of me that wants to say, oh my goodness, maybe Andrea was telling the truth in some way, shape, or form about him showing signs of him moving.
Life.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
she said that he was getting better. You know what? For that, Andrea, I apologize that I didn't believe you. I apologize. And I thank you for giving this opportunity to his mother and now his stepfather and his brother.
Yeah.
This is open your eyes, Marv. Open your eyes.
Open your eyes.
Open your eyes. We've been chanting it, and it turns out, I have to say that, Miss Letitia, I've covered, and so just for 4 years, I've been talking about these horrible cases. And with this one, I never got feedback so much from our closest friends that say, Marissa, we are not getting sleep. And people that we don't know or say that I can't sleep. I can't sleep. So I have to say, I don't care what religion you are, these prayers are working.
They are working.
Absolutely.
It's working.
Thank the Lord.
Yes, yes.
Thank
My husband says thank you. My son says thank you, Molly. I mean, really, if and tomorrow they will be able to see him.
Yeah.
It's one step at a time. But listen, we're way further than we was a couple of weeks. I would say even yesterday. So we now can just focus on what need to be done because I'm serious.
Yeah.
There's some things that need to be done.
Yes.
But at least the first step was me getting visitation, and that part has been done. So now we can move forward with the bigger picture.
Right. Yes.
But I thank you guys.
It's our pleasure. It's our pleasure.
Oh my God.
You want to know something? A lot of us feel like we were born to do this. It doesn't feel like work to me. It doesn't. Justin truly has a passion and a love for victims. Justin and I grew up very similar. We both had very tough upbringings, and we're very blessed now. And we've talked about this. We just want to help other people.
That's right. That's right.
No need to thank us because we're going to be with you till the end, I promise.
Yeah. And you know, those prayers have to keep going, because I'm not saying that anything can turn around at any given moment.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
You know that he's breathing on his own and he's responding just a little bit, just enough.
Just knowing that he is off the vent and that he knows his mama is there.
When I say, if you would have seen that smile, I was like, oh my goodness. I reached down and kissed his hand, and he let out just the biggest smile. And oh man, oh my goodness. And all I can say is thank you, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. You know, but this is amazing. And hopefully tomorrow, when we go see him, that we can report a little bit more.
Yeah. Did you tell him? Did you say it's mama? It's mama?
Oh, when I walked in the door, I say, your mama's here. Can you hear me? You can hear me, Molly?
I can hear you. We're listening. Okay. We all have our mouths open.
Oh yeah.
Justin was crying. Justin was crying. It's the first time.
I'm sorry, but those are tears of joy.
They are.
Okay, so when I walked in, because you know we had to get suited up and everything. So when I walked in, I was like, "Your mama's here," and it's like you could see the monitor, like the heart rate just climb a little bit. And then it went to beeping a little bit. So I was like, hold on now, I hope he's not. Then when I touched him, I could just feel the energy. Yeah. So he knew I was there.
Wow.
He knew I was there.
That's awesome.
And oh, goodness.
Have you got
it's like he turned his head to kiss me back, basically, when I reached down to kiss him. Yeah.
Did you get to talk to Rochelle and your children?
Yes, I did a group chat with them, like a group text with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone is so excited. You know, but you know, just like they're saying, we need him home. We want him home. You know, it's gonna take a little time, but it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming.
He's gonna come back.
That's right. But just like I say, he's gonna be the one have to tell this story.
Yeah.
He's gonna be the one.
Oh, Justin.
If not, then we'll do it the other way, right?
Unfortunately, we don't want to do that. Yeah, we don't want to do that. And I just want to let you know that Miss Wynette absolutely supports you. She said that at this time, you guys are the priority. She asked that other channel to take her Cash App down and just to promote the GoFundMe for you guys. Yes. And she's very, very happy. And Marvon Sr. as well. And yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful day for your family. It is.
Oh yeah. Yes, it is. July 20th.
Aw, is there anything that you need that we can do? I know none of us know where you're staying. None of us know where Marvon is. No one's gonna ask.
That was part of the deal.
That's part of the deal. And I can't wait until you go back tomorrow, and I can't wait until he hears his brother's voice.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
And my husband is excited too.
Good.
And you know, just like I say, now that I saw him, whatever the Lord has in store from this point on, all we can do is just wait on him. So thank you guys.
You're welcome.
And as far as anything I need, you guys have done enough. You have done enough. You've done more than enough. More than enough.
This is going to be a long journey.
What do you need? What do you need?
I'm like, it's like a different time zone. So I look at 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm like, oh my God, I missed a text from Molly. I'm like,
no, we aren't sleeping. Me and Dustin get our best work done at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You're like me. I'm a early morning person.
Yeah, and we get to bed around 5 and then we're up at 7:30.
Yeah.
Did you find anything?
There you go.
That's it.
So I'm gonna stay watching.
Okay.
I'll probably comment, but I'm here if you need me.
Well, you got 5,000 people with their prayer hands and they're praying for Marvon. And Elle is showing her love. Elle's another one for your voice. LB is on panel. She's a voice for Vaughn. Oh,
Hey, Miss Letitia.
She's got
so
6
glad.
kids.
Yes, I'm
one.
so glad you got to see Vaughn. I've been praying so. We all have. We all have.
She put the most beautiful video together about this whole case in 30 minutes with pictures. And she caught my eye immediately. And I said, I really hope that I thank you so much for her help. And honestly, I want to thank every single person with a YouTube channel that has made, you got Paris, you got all of them.
I just want to thank the members of the chat, subscribers, every single one of you who have donated, who have prayed, who have been here for this entire journey. Thank you.
The Facebook groups, the people that are tweeting, the people of Yuma that are kind of keeping quiet for right now. But
I don't know now, Miss Molly, because I done directed some people to you guys that were from Yuma.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Yuma, the news people. I was like, well, you have to talk to Miss Molly and Mr. Justin because
yeah,
I'm sorry. They were the one that started this, so you guys got to speak with them.
Yeah. We know. I do want you to know that big names in the press do know your son.
Yeah.
They know your son's name. They one man that you may know from Court TV and all over HLN, Mr. Vinnie Politan, said this.
Oh, yeah.
He's a good friend of mine.
What? Oh,
yes.
Yeah. I think I read something on that.
Yes. He said that this entire case is madness. And and he did say that he wanted to know if he was still in the coma. And he explained why the press cannot move forward just on speculation as of now.
Yeah.
Because it's a liability for them, the press, not for us. We're free citizens with free speech. Some people in the news or whatever are calling us investigative reporters. Justin and I and LB are commentators on YouTube. We don't claim to be reporters. We don't claim to be detectives or investigators. But we do comment on true crime cases, and we stand up for victims, real victims, real victims. So yes, thank you so much. How about you guys get yourself a nice dinner tonight?
I know my husband just said if he don't eat a decent meal, he gonna divorce me.
How about I treat you guys to a steak dinner?
Oh, Miss Molly.
Yeah. Steak dinner.
Steak and lobster.
All right. I'm gonna check your Cash App.
Okay.
Have a good night.
Okay, you too. Thank you.
You're welcome, guys.
Bye, Miss Letitia.
Bye, Miss Letitia.
All right, steak dinner.
I have something I want to say.
Sure.
Um, Molly and Justin, thank y'all so much for. I haven't done nothing like you guys have done when it comes to this family. Um, I can't donate as much money as I know Molly has, but I'll do what I can. But what people don't understand is this story doesn't make you guys money. It doesn't. You guys are doing this because you care, because you heard a story that matters, and you want to be this family's voice. Because people that aren't on YouTube and don't have a big following, they can tweet all day long and they may get a few people to listen, you know. You guys have really put this story out there, and I'm just so thankful that you guys have, because that's how I came across it. And we have so many people. There is power in numbers, there is power in prayer. And I think that's really shown proof today, that with so many people praying for him, I think you guys are a lot of the reason for that. And I thank you guys so much. And to anyone that is gonna say or has said that you guys are doing this for money,
There you go.
they're just so wrong.
There you go. Another one. I know that a lot of people are keeping tabs. Yes, we will make money. We will make money. But guess what? Justin will tell you. Marissa gives all her money away, and that's why she's broke and can't get her root stud.
That's what we do.
I give it all away. So I just sent another 150 so that they can get themselves a nice dinner.
And I want something to say to that too, Molly. Because okay. Molly, I commend you for showing that too, what you're doing.
I have to.
Because people like to pop off if you don't. Like, oh, they're doing this for clout. They're making money off this poor man. When the video that I did has got thousands of views and I've made like 60 cents off of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not making the money that people think you guys are making. And you have already, you said the other night it's almost $2,000. And then
I'm over 2,000. It's right. Okay. It's okay. It all goes around.
Exactly.
All goes around.
And you know, if you don't say something, if you don't say something, it's like you're making money off of it. But then if you do, it's like, oh, well, she's got to put it out there how much money she's, giving the family. She's bragging. You literally can't win for losing.
No. I have to. I put it in my Patreon, because this is the thing. Sometimes the people in Australia want a PayPal because they can't do Cash App from there.
Right.
And there have been a couple of people who have said, Marissa, can you send this to her? And they're in the chat.
Right.
So I just do it to protect myself.
I agree.
Oh, Justin.
I usually don't tell people. Like I usually
we don't want to tell people.
Like I just don't. I don't feel like
we get attacked. We keep getting attacked. Someone made a nasty comment, said, oh, well, we checked, what do you call it? Molly Golightly is going to make $2,000 off this story. And I went,
well, she's already given $2,000.
Well,
we've both given an amount.
Listen, money, this might upset you guys, but this hit me a long time ago. Even when I say money is just paper, okay? It's the way that you value it.
It just transfers.
The way that you value it. Mm. For me, I don't see it as a loss as giving to someone who needs it. Okay?
Right.
Because guess what? I know what it's like to go out and buy a Tom Ford bag and a Chanel bag, but guess what? Did it make me happy? For a day and a half. But in the long run, it makes me happier to give $1,000 to St. Jude. You know, God knows what that can buy, but I know that they need the money more than I do. So that's where I come from. And unfortunately, people just always want to come at me and call me these ridiculous names, like a thief, a swindler, what do they call me? A grifter, a scam artist. No,
I just don't care.
An embezzler, and that embezzles money from the FBI.
From the FBI. I literally saw that today. I'm like, Are people literally just believing everything they hear, anything they hear? Guess what? I'm related to the biggest politician out there. Maybe not politicians. Elvis was my uncle. Run with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
lying, Molly. But it's
I was
literally,
going to say.
you're like, what?
I'm related to Dion. Remember Dion and the Belmonts?
No.
What? I don't know
I'm
who that
related to
is.
Dion.
I'm gonna look him up though. But it's terrible that when you do something good, you still have people. You can't win for losing. You can say,
It is.
you know, they can say, "Oh, you're making money," and you're like, "No, I'm not making money. Here's the proof. I'm making sense, and I'm donating to this family, and I'm helping them, and I'm
Well,
putting all my time and energy into
well,
it."
YouTube, it takes 30 to 35%, and then you pay 35% in taxes after that.
Exactly.
So,
And the thing is you and Molly have a platform big enough that you could be covering other content that does make money.
oh yeah. I mean,
Exactly.
if I put a pug on here, you'll make money off of anything. YouTube hates true crime. They
Exactly.
hate it
Exactly. Yep.
because it's controversial,
Right.
and you don't get there's no monetization on it.
Exactly.
I really believe everyone who is in true crime actually have to like it
They have a
to
passion
at
for
least
it.
do it. That you have to
Yeah.
have a passion for it, because you're not in it for, money.
Right. Exactly.
Thank you, Shelby.
I'm not related to Danielle from Outdaughtered. I've had people ask me if I'm from some show like Gypsy something that's on like TLC or used to be. I'm not from there either. I'm a nobody, you guys. I've been
You
on
are
TV. I've been on TV. Thank you. I have been
Yeah.
on TV before, but not in any like big shows. Well, not in any like series or anything like that. I was on a game show once, but that was it.
Nice. Nikita says you look just like her. Oh God, that was just the best news.
Oh my goodness.
The best.
No, Jersey girl, he did not.
No.
Miss Letitia was just, I've been on the radio too, that's true, but Miss Letitia was just on the phone with Molly, and she got to see her baby today. There were stipulations that I wish we would have thought to ask Miss Letitia, but I didn't know if we could even ask her questions really, but about Dre, if Dre is still allowed to see Vaughn. But I'm assuming since Dre is setting these stipulations on Miss Letitia's visitation, then she's still over something,
yes.
you know. She's obviously controlling things still, because she basically was like, you can see him, but you can't bring in cameras. And she wouldn't allow, is it my understanding that she wouldn't allow the stepfather and the siblings to go today? It had to be separated, like mom go today and then they can go tomorrow.
I think she just, from what I understand, it was just Letitia and that was it. But then I guess things may have came around a little bit, and I just want to tell Dre, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Really, thank you, Dre.
Yes.
That's
absolutely,
what
yes.
we wanted. Thank you.
Yeah. Mods, if you could keep thank you, Jules. If you could keep dropping L's link,
Yes.
that we'd really
Guys,
appreciate
sub
that.
to L, please. 'Cause
L does a lot.
Thank y'all
of
so much. Thank
research.
y'all. Thank
she's
y'all.
just a normal
She
human
gets a
being
lot
like
of
we
research.
are. That's
Thank
which is
y'all.
rare to find.
We love Mex Chica. Mex Chica is a good friend of mine. So everyone's in here. Grits. Wait till you see our people. The people that watch us. Ellie, you're gonna love all of them.
Y'all's people have been so nice to me.
Yeah.
It's been crazy.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We got a good group of people. Honestly,
We really do. And thank you so much to donating to the family. I know that it's tough. A tough time. My son went and got us some Five Guys. We got 2 burgers, 2 Cokes. He goes, Mom. I said, what? He goes, It was $40, and I went,
Oh.
zoom.
Five Guys is expensive.
I'd rather starve.
Hey, listen, I just bought a new vehicle and I had no idea that the new vehicle has to have the most expensive gas. It's
Yeah.
not
Yes.
unleaded. You can't do the unleaded. You got to get the $5 gas. And I'm like,
Me too. Me and Justin know all about that.
ah,
Me and
can-
Justin have the same dog, the same car, the same
Dude,
upbringing, the
me
same
and
husband.
Justin have the same chair.
Yeah, we have the
We
same
have the
chair.
same chair.
We do. Um, so yeah. Here's a little video someone sent me of Vaughn. I thought it was a good video. He's
And
actually
if we can hold off on any sort of bashing of
yes,
Andrea tonight, please.
yes,
Let's let this settle, because right now I
we
think I'm a
appreciate
little
it.
bit more angry. I personally am a little more angry with the police report
Yes,
than anything. I think that supersedes any of my feelings. So just if we could be a little gentle on her today. And here you Andrea, if you're watching, I finally had time to get my nails did. I know they're not as colorful as yours. I know, I'm not as fabulous as you, but I'm trying.
Want to learn how to tie your shoe? It's a very easy thing to do. You sit on down, they'll give you the scoop. What's that? It's called the loop-de-loop.
He has such a
Wow.
fun personality.
yes. Very good.
Want to learn how to tie your shoe? It's a very easy thing to do. You sit on down, they'll give you the scoop. What's that? It's called the loop-de-loop.
Notice that this was before her diet.
Yeah.
She was a lot more fun and engaging before this diet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I have to say that I'm starting to wonder about, some stuff. It does seem like Sherelle, why has she turned on them? What? I was listening to Sherelle earlier. Sherelle's a lot like me. She gets heated and she starts yelling. I was like, oh, I like this lady. She sent me a message this morning. She said, hey, can you call me? And I just needed to sleep. And I said, yeah, I'll wake up and I'll call her. And then there's my son. Ma, you said we were going to get our nails done. I said, oh my God. And then that's it. As soon as I got home, I was 1 minute to the dot. So I haven't had a chance to. She's roasting me. She's talking about me. She's talking about me. Is it good or is it bad? She's very upset.
Hey, Molly.
Bad about me?
Hey,
What?
Molly. Hey, Molly.
What?
Yeah, I'll talk to you about it later. I think, from my understanding, what I think was the comment in the beginning. I think that you made about it's not a race issue. I think.
Oh, I wasn't talking about her.
No, I know you wasn't. But I was watching Sherelle earlier, and she just said they were talking about how they. And I think, as far as the police is concerned, it could be. Like maybe the police. We don't know.
Okay, well, hold on 1 second, lady. 1 second. Because you're going to listen to me now. I listened to you, and I understand why you said that. All right, Sherelle? You're going to listen to me. All right? You have a predominantly, your audience is African American. Okay? I get it. They don't want anything to do with me and Justin. That's fine. They'd rather go to you and Paris. But guess what? To us, it's not about race. To us, it's about him being a male victim. Why don't you talk about that before you start bashing me? Okay? I am not a fool. Do not go head to head with me. and start talking shit on your channel about me when you have not even talked to me. You don't know the first thing about this story, lady. And you're going to come in, please, 3 weeks later, and now you want Molly Golightly on your channel? Because now you want to get into it? I don't think so. I don't think so, sweetheart. That's not how it goes. I begged, I asked you, I pleaded for all of you to come out and help us. But no, you want to take the easy way out. No, that's not how it goes. You're going about it the wrong way. So now I am going to unsub you. I will not give you any more information at all, and I will never be a guest on your panel ever again.
Hey, Molly.
Thank you.
Molly.
No. Elle, there's nothing you're going to say. If she's going to go over there and bash me because I quoted her, no, this is not a race issue. This is about the victim being a man. Not a black man, a man.
For
the
us,
women
yeah.
are targeting the men. Period. I'm sorry, Amber. I know she's your friend, but this is not a race issue.
Well, I think Amber's on panel with her now, and I was just gonna say, I wish maybe Sherelle would have come to you rather than going on the stream and saying anything, so she could find out exactly what you meant by what you said.
I just said it.
You did.
It's not a race issue.
Right.
And guess what? I see your audience. They're all black women. They don't like me. They don't like me.
Justin, this is not true. She never said anything about you, Marissa.
I don't believe that. I don't believe it. But I want you and your audience to know, which is predominantly African American. Or wait a second, I heard that we're not allowed to say African American anymore because it's offensive. So now I'm supposed to call you just black people. No, this is not about anyone's race, religion. This is about, not because it's, if I heard you say it. I was in the salon. I listened to you. I was in your chat. You dropped the link for someone else, not me. And what did you say? Oh, if this was a white woman with blonde hair, it would be way different. And I'm thinking, no. We can't keep playing that card because things are changing now. Just remember, it's pivotal. This Johnny Depp case, we saw this man act exactly the way Marvon acted. I'm trying to stay away from me. Please stop recording me. Stop trying to goat me. This is a woman attacking and trying to trap a man. You know what? She held up a knife and says, yeah, I trapped him, y'all. But you had nothing to say about that. You don't know nothing about this case. You do not get the right
I just
come in here 3 weeks later and think you're going to take over. Because you are not.
I just don't think it's about,
It doesn't have to be an attack. It doesn't even have to be an attack on me. It's the comment. We cannot get 5,000 people thinking that this is a race thing. Because people are very impressionable. They hear things from people's mouths and they're like, you know what? I agree with her. No, we can't do that. We cannot do that.
No.
Don't we want to stop this cycle?
Yes.
Amber has come over here many times. Sherelle knew nothing about this. She brought it up 3 days ago and the crowd went wild. She had me up there for about 15 minutes, and now all of a sudden, this is the content. But guess what, Mama? This story has been going on for years. This is why and this is why we have not slept, because we're catching up. But then to have me on as a guest to do your work for you, that's not how it goes. We earned every view. And thank you for bringing it up. All you had to do is say, yeah, this is a crazy trial, but if you want to follow it and you want to get detail to detail updated news, go hang out and get some updates from Molly Golightly. You don't even have to subscribe. You don't have to do anything. But we did the work. And are you doing a fundraiser for them? Please tell me you are. Because Letitia and Marvon Sr., they need it for legal fees. These people are not rolling around in money like you are. You've got more money than me. You've got more subs. Guess what? You might be loud behind this, but I'm louder and I show up. So please do not discredit me just because you believe that I am a white woman with blonde hair. I'm actually Puerto Rican with brown hair. There's the proof. Okay? It has nothing to do with religion. It is all about him being a man.
Yeah, it's
Next. Let's just stop.
I agree.
Let's just stop.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. We got blessed. We're finding out with great news. And then people got to come in and try and get people going. I'm not doing that. You just tried to do it with Katie. Now you're trying to do it with this lady. I'm not going to do it. He was a black man. Don't say he was. He's still here. He is a black man. But that doesn't matter. The problem is these cops that took that report like they were in the 4th grade doing a report. Okay? That's what it's about. Next.
Yeah, I mean, regardless, the cops, I mean, whether he did this on his own or not, it was shoddy job. It was a shoddy job.
Absolutely.
Oh, she's talking about, how about this? Lauren says she's talking about how you take all the money in pocket it. What? Please don't tell me that that's true. That I take all the money? What money? I haven't even been paid.
Marissa, if you guys go to, I don't know if it's the Justice for Vaughn or the Amber one, they've got a screenshot of $1,000 that she gave. Anyway, it's getting off track.
Exactly.
It's getting off track. So
you know what, Molly? We can't let this.
I'll tell you what, you guys. I've been here for an hour and a half. I was going to be here for 2 hours. Can you please take over, Justin?
Marissa,
I'm not going to sit here and allow this idiot Katie, okay, to call me a thief. I'm not going to sit here and take all these wrong rumors that and I've embezzled money from the FBI. I stole money from a stripper. Get the heck out of here.
Marissa,
I give so much money to charity. It's ridiculous.
Listen.
Okay? I should not have to defend myself. All I'm trying to do with these people is help them.
Marissa, we have had a great day.
Yes. Yeah.
We've had a great day. Do you want to allow Katie to win, or do you want to?
She'll never win at anything in her life.
Well,
much less me.
Listen.
No, I don't. I'm tired of these people on YouTube. They're so competitive. And
it's just the way it is, Marissa. This is just part of the game of YouTube.
I don't want to play anymore. Why can't I just do what I want to do? Why is it that, Justin, you know that we begged? How many people did we plead with? And they said, it's too much work.
Of course. But guess what? I don't care. I do not care. Like, let me tell you something. This is how much I care what they are doing over there. That's literally, I don't know. Maybe I'm just dumb or just too dumb to know, but I really do not care what 1 or 2 or 10,000 people think about me. My subscribers know exactly who I am, who you are, and who Elle is. And that's all I care about. That is the only people I am responsible for on this platform.
People need to stop with the money. They need to stop with this
It's never
fucking
going to
money.
stop.
I'm sick of it.
Well, it's never going to stop. And that is just
I
something.
haven't even gotten paid.
Well,
Right. Yeah. You know, Molly, I want to say this. Other creators
Oh my
know
God.
the truth. Other creators know that you don't make money on this type
thank
of
you,
content.
Danielle. Thank
Yes,
you
ther thank you so much, Danielle.
so much.
Other creators know it. I knew it, and I don't even cover true crime, but I know anytime I do a video that's just a little bit controversial, I know I'm not making money on this. I'm covering this topic because I want to. So
I do
other creators know this. They know this. The subs that aren't creators, they don't know
Mama
this.
Dukes, you're
Thank you
so
so much,
good.
Mama
Thanks,
Dukes.
Mama Dukes.
So when a creator says, puts
That's
out
exactly
something
right.
like that and says, "Oh, she's making money off this content," they already know you're not.
I'm not for nothing, but yeah, I do make some money. I'm getting super chatted, and honestly, you know how I make money? When people become a member. I
Right.
never beg for super chats. I beg for people to become a member. That's what I want. Just become a member. Support that. But this is the thing. To say that I'm taking the money and pocketing it, I'm showing screenshots of everything I'm giving.
Yes,
You're
I
right.
agree.
Don't make trash talk relevant. You're right, madame. You are right. You're right.
Marissa, that girl just said it. We've made a difference.
Absolutely.
We
Absolutely.
have
That was
made
y'all.
a
That was y'all.
difference. We have made the difference. Not just me and you, but all 5,000 in here right
Yeah,
now.
why are my Patreons getting
So,
banned over there?
but
I don't get
why
it.
do
That's okay. That's
why
okay.
do
Yeah.
I care? Why do I care what they're doing over there?
All right.
Vaughn saw
right.
his mother.
I know. You're right. You're right.
Get
You're
it in
right.
perspective for a minute.
All right. Let's ring the cowbell.
Yeah. There's going to be some people that don't like us and got something to say, and it's okay. You know, it's all right. It is what it is.
I don't think Sherelle's a racist, but I don't know anything about her except from when I jumped up there the other day.
I
never
really
heard of her.
I really think my childhood prepped me for YouTube because in school I didn't walk out of the classroom. I'm in West Virginia. I didn't walk out of the classroom without being called the F word
Oh.
every single time I walked out the door.
I was called the F word too. Fat.
Yes.
Oh,
Well,
I'm like, wait, what?
Fat.
But
different F word.
Yeah.
But so people don't bother me now.
I get it. I get it. But when somebody new comes along and they want to get me on there because they decide that this is their new content, no, that's just, you're not going to take all of my energy and all of my feelings and the heartache. I mean, I really wanted to work with people that legit wanted to help
Marissa,
this family.
They only take that if you give it to them. They only take it if you give it to them. I give them none. Zero. None. They don't get any of my heartache. They don't get anything from me.
You're right. You don't even watch the videos. I don't really either.
I don't watch. I have never watched 30 seconds of a hate video.
I know you have.
That's great. You know,
I don't watch them either. I have.
You can't. Yeah. The
because
thing
what
is,
they think about me is none of my business.
Exactly.
Right.
There, you know what you have to think of, Molly, and you know that. I mean, how many people do you have that follow you, Molly? Almost
I have
70,
no idea at this point.
At least like almost 70,000. That is people that they're like, we like her. We like her enough to hit the subscribe button, and we like her enough to come watch her. I mean, I watch people, they're like, we love you. You guys are amazing. If there's going to be people that don't think so, and it is what it is. When I first started my channel, my biggest issue was KJ at first, and literally that was my biggest issue. And for a while I would look at it and I just couldn't look at it because I felt inclined to defend myself. And it finally was like, I don't have to defend myself to people that I don't care. I don't care. I don't like them. So who cares if they like me?
Exactly.
So it is what it is. We
I
had a
just
perfect day today. Great day.
I really hold on to my faith in these times, honestly, because I feel like, you know, being Christian, I say if they crucified Jesus, the most perfect being, in my eyes at least, in my faith, then I don't got a chance in this world. So they're going to,
Exactly.
I mean, so, that's just the way I feel about it personally. That's what gets me through. But, you know, do whatever gets you through. But like, I just simply, I keep it going. Like, I've never made a hate, a yell. I
Oh,
just,
that's so. Look at Donna Lee said. She just said, Letitia, be careful. Molly's a bad person.
Well, Letitia
Really?
knows you. Letitia knows you, though. Letitia has talked to you, and the other people that she's talked to, she's come back to you and said, "I feel more comfortable with you because you have
Don't
you
trust
have
Molly. She's a bad person. Have you
you
ever
have
met me?
you have earned her trust. You have earned Letitia's trust. You have talked to her enough. She knows that she can trust you. She has told you things that she said,
thank
don't
you,
tell
April.
nobody, and you don't tell
And
nobody.
I didn't tell
Letitia,
anyone.
exactly. Letitia knows that she can trust you. You know what's so crazy is one time I worked on the radio for a while, and I had some haters on YouTube call my boss. I never met these people. They called my boss and said, "Don't trust her. She's not a good person." And my boss said, "Huh, thanks for the information. Bye." And then he said, "How dare you? I've worked alongside this woman for,"
She
this is
said,
what he's
beware
thinking.
of MGL,
That's okay. Yeah, that's
aka
okay.
Marissa. What a joke.
It's
Really?
okay. It's all right.
All
Marissa,
right, all right, all right, lady. All right, lady. You don't like that you met your match. You want to sit up on your little high horse with your how many subscribers? Guess what? I'm just as loud, sweetheart. I'm just as loud.
don't
Let me
give
ask
them
you a question.
power.
Let me ask you a question, Mama. Would you say that shit in front of my face? Because I don't think that you would. I would. Be careful of her. According to what? Some bullshit you heard from a moron on the internet that's never met me? Watch your steps, sweetheart. Watch it. Be
April,
careful.
Vaughn is doing better.
Hey, let's light the chat up with like
What
Vaughn,
else?
open your eyes. Stop talking
Shit.
about what they're saying, and let's just light the chat up with Vaughn, open your eyes, or prayers for Vaughn, or something, rather than what anybody else is saying. Let's
Yes.
let's let's get some positivity in
Nobody,
here.
yeah, nobody talk about it anymore.
Yeah,
Yes. Marvin, open your eyes.
exactly. Yes.
Yes, we're not going to get Miss Letitia upset or anything.
Letitia, I hope they're already out to dinner. I sent them out to dinner. Did you? Not you, Justin.
No, I'm just calm down.
Justice like, nope, not me. I didn't. That was all you, Molly.
I mean, I sent him money, but Marvin, open your eyes. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, honey. Appreciate you.
She just wrote something on my Facebook.
Thank you, Junebug. Thank you, April.
Letitia, God bless you, Marissa Zadinsky. If it was not for you and for God, you and Justin, Justice for Vaughn, and exposing groups, I would not be in the Arizona fighting right now. It's 6:01 a.m. Arizona time. At 10 p.m., my life, as I know it, is totally about to change. So keep doing what you're doing. You lost a lot of sleep because of my son and my family. Love you guys. It's going to be well worth it.
So, what more do you need, Marissa?
You're
Nothing.
right. You're right. You're right.
You need nothing more.
They're trying to discourage me, and I'm a little hot headed. So let me just
Yes,
go over to
you are.
Sherelle because you're a fake. You're a fake. You're a fraud. All right. You go back to talking about Wendy Wilson, who's suffering in her life right now. Who's
Williams.
suffering, Wendy Williams. and you're making money off of her, you're pocketing money off of her pain and suffering and what's going on in her head. That's pretty terrible if you ask me.
Okay.
Yeah, let's unsub this one. I have no respect for you. Go ahead with your 363K. Go ahead.
Okay. So let's go over this report.
Yes.
How about that? Um, Actually, hold on. So I want to show you guys a video. Um, Marissa,
Yeah.
I went today and did a video,
Okay.
a quick video, if I can find my drive. Hey guys, this is the exact same type of shed that Marvon McRae allegedly hung himself in. And I went to this hardware store to because this one the door was actually open in it, and we'll go in just a moment. The last one I went to, the door wasn't open; it was locked. As you can see with the diagram, it's 10 feet 3 inches wide, 13 feet 6 3/4 inches long, and at the very top right here, the height is 7 feet 4 inches. Okay, so has a 12-year warranty, so they don't really last, that long. 12-year warranty. That's about the lifetime of it. This right here is where the rope would go through. Right? And like they said, there's 3 beams. 1, 2, 3. This is the main beam that supports it. Like, I've had a lot of weight on that. Like, I was like, it would, the brand new one, I mean, it will hold you. But it's still not like crazy high or crazy strong for sure. I believe they said, I can't remember if they said he was more toward the right, just a couple steps in front of the shed, allegedly. So, thought I would share that with you guys. There we go. So
Theirs wasn't a new one though. It wasn't a brand new one, so we
no,
have to factor that in as well.
Yeah, theirs was every bit of, look, to me, at least 12 years old, personally.
Right.
But thank you, April. Sunny D, thank you. A Chartreuse Secret, thank you. Yeah, theirs was very old, to say the very least.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's okay, I got this open. All right, we're going to hold on. Something was not redacted out of that. I gotta make sure. All right. All right, and this one is by. First, I'll read the first part because I can't show it. On 5/23 at approximately 8:28 hours, Officer Reed and I was dispatched to 5483 East 30th Place in reference to an attempted S. Per the call notes, Andrea McCrae found her husband, Marvon McCrae, hanging in the shed. Andrea McCrae cut her husband down and began CPR. Upon arrival, I uh, noticed the resident was on the south side of blank blank avenue. Yuma Fire Department was already there and was going to east side of the property where the gate was to enter the backyard. There was the shed immediately to the east. Okay, now I can show you guys this. Okay. Inside the shed, I noticed a black male in the center of the shed. The male was wearing blue pajamas and laying on his back. His head was toward the east and his feet was toward the west.
See?
So his feet was laying
Yeah.
at the beginning of the shed, just literally a couple steps in.
Mm-hmm.
And his head would have been laying straight
Yeah.
back toward the back part. His arms were away from him. So his arms are out like this, right? Yuma Fire Department was assessing him with Dre while Dre watched. I asked Dre to walk with me to the front of the residence while Yuma Fire Department personnel worked on her husband. I noticed Dre was agitated. Now, what's y'all's definition of agitated?
Agitated. A little on edge.
Yeah.
A little disheveled in a way.
Distraught, irritated.
Okay,
Siri, what is the definition of agitated?
annoyed.
Annoyed.
Agitated means feeling or appearing troubled or nervous. Do you want to hear the remaining one?
Yes.
That's a
It
good one.
means make someone troubled or nervous.
Nervous.
Thank you, Siri.
Okay.
Oh, I think Siri as well. I'm like, thank you, Siri.
Yeah. I do it to my Alexa.
Mm-hmm.
She would shake, unable to keep her hands steady, and her voice broke every now and then. I asked Dre, I'm just saying Dre because that's what people know her about, to tell me what happened. Due to Dre going back and forth, the following is the summary of my conversation with Dre. For complete details, please refer to my body-worn surveillance camera video up on Acts and Evidence. That's where they put their evidence. Dre stated she and her husband had been married for approximately 8 years. Does anyone know like how long they've been together total? Like, did they get married rather soon? Do you know?
Yes.
They did?
Within 7 months,
Okay.
I think she was pregnant. I think.
They have one child in common, but he raised her two older children. Marvon, he went to a physical therapist. Now, why would she mention a physical therapist in your opinion?
The knee surgery.
I know, but I'm just saying,
Why would she mention it to the cops?
yes. Well, I mean, if your husband would, would
Maybe.
you mention that he went to physical therapy or he's been to the
No.
chiropractor?
I probably wouldn't even
What's
think
going
about
on in my
that.
head is medications.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Medication.
Yeah.
But I personally, now everybody thinks differently, but I'm just asking you guys, would you guys say, oh, my husband's been to physical therapy?
No. I wouldn't.
Uh,
I don't. My mind would be all over the
I
place.
really hope I never find my husband
I pray
so
only you
desperate to
would.
get away from me that he hangs himself for me to
Oh,
find, to be quite
yeah.
honest with you. And I'm not trying to sound rude, but that's pretty big that, a husband would, from what we're hearing, that a
Right.
husband would rather think that the better option is death than to be with a woman.
Okay.
There's lots of men out
Well,
there that are happy and unhappy with their marriages.
went to a
They
physical
stick around.
therapist. Now, it is very well known that Dre did not like this physical therapist.
Maybe it's
Y'all know.
because he was a doctor.
Well, yes, but he was also like not only a physical therapist, I think he was like some type of like emotional therapist or something too.
Like some sort of counselor,
Like a
almost.
counselor, yeah. When he blank 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 when he went to the therapist, her husband's demeanor changed and he became someone she did not know. So your husband is this is happening, right? And she's talking about how her husband went to this physical therapist and his attitude changed. Now, personally, that is nothing what I would be,
Concerned with?
Right.
yeah, concerned with
Yeah,
whatsoever.
right.
Any comments on that?
I think everything that you're saying, we can all agree on. I mean, what we're looking for is basically who disagrees with that, you know? We can't understand. All right, so, all right, listen, this goes for life in general. And remember this, because I say this as a life coach all the time. People will never know what you're thinking unless you tell them, okay?
That's
When
true.
you go to a doctor, you have to explain everything in detail because they're not inside your body. They don't know what's going on unless you tell them what they're supposed to look for. So, we all naturally are going to feel sympathy for who we believe is a victim or
Right.
a possible perpetrator. But if you disagree with what we're saying, please tell us why and give us something to think about. Because right now, we're all very emotional as to what we heard tonight with Letitia, and then, of course, what we heard last night. Got it. All right, go ahead.
Okay. All right.
I give you permission.
When he went to the therapist, her husband's demeanor changed. Now, this time it just says therapist.
Hmm.
Because I think he was like a combo almost. I keep losing my spot. Her husband's demeanor changed and became someone she did not know. She said they always got along until after his therapy. Then he would change and become verbally abusive to her. I mean, any comment?
Not from me.
At
Do it.
times, she would leave the residence because of the change. Marvon finally stopped using the therapist. I bet you she was she just wouldn't stop until he stopped seeing this therapist. And it seems like the therapist was helping him. You know, he was getting his mojo back. You know what I mean? Where was it?
I think, Justin,
Uh,
what everyone's, I think what the gist of this whole thing is for her to say, he was seeing a physical therapist, blah, 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 blah. Well, a physical therapist, or a doctor, because of his knee, would prescribe pain medicine. Not
Physical therapists don't prescribe pain medicine.
Okay, but if he was, let's just say, perhaps if they were going to look in his system and see stuff like Xanax and benzodiazepines, do you get what I'm saying? Like, where was he getting these from if he didn't have a prescription? Well, she's on video saying, "Oh, I crossed the border to Mexico." Um, you know what, Andrea, you've overshared to a point where stuff like this is going to become evidence. So whatever you were thinking and telling these people that they are making notes on, it's sounding as if maybe you were thinking that when they took blood from him, that they were going to see what was in his system. Now, I don't know. I got nothing. Keep going. I'm listening. Makes sense though,
Okay. Then he was at find it. He has had blank becoming verbally abusive. She denied they had arguments, only disagreements. But when the disagreements were severe, she would leave until his mood changed back to his normal, loving self.
Can I say that's a little contradictory for her to
Yes,
say he has had blank becoming verbally abusive? If my husband is verbally abusive to me, I'm not going to say that that's a disagreement. She said, because then
right.
it says she denied they had disagreements. So your husband being verbally, which I don't, he just didn't seem like the type to be verbally abusive. But you're telling me you don't consider that argumentative or an argument. You only consider that a disagreement, him literally being verbally abusive to you. That's to me that's a little contradictory, but go ahead.
Exactly.
I give you permission.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank
you may
you.
speak on your own.
So you know, she wants to paint, in my opinion, she wants to paint a rosier picture than it was. No, they weren't arguments; they were disagreements. But if it came severe, well, what's a severe disagreement? A severe disagreement is an argument.
Exactly. Exactly.
Am I wrong? Right? I mean,
Right. Yeah, I agree. I agree.
so she denied they had her. Okay.
If
When
he
he
was,
go
not for
ahead.
nothing, but if he was verbally abusive, she would have had a lot more than one video of him saying, "Please stay the F away from me." She would have had like
Yes.
25 videos.
Especially the way that she recorded everything. If he was
Yeah.
verbally abusive, every time he would have went off the,
Oh
she would have
my!
been hiding that phone, putting it somewhere to
Yeah.
document him being verbally abusive. Yeah, I don't believe it.
I agree.
Great
When
point.
when he had a blank, she would expect his attitude to change. She asked him to see a doctor, blank, redacted. She did not know if he ever made an appointment.
I think she wouldn't know if he made an appointment anywhere because she was very controlling over where he went.
Yeah. The day prior, they had a disagreement. Andrea Dre said the disagreement was during the afternoon. Marvin slept in the bedroom while she slept on the couch. She woke up at approximately 7:15 a.m.
That's a lie.
It is because
We heard it. Yeah, we heard another version. It was the opposite, right?
what's it? Didn't
Didn't we?
so
Weren't we under the impression this whole time that she slept on the couch and he was in the bedroom?
Yeah.
That's what it says.
Ah.
That's what it says.
So it
Marissa.
sounds, honestly, it does sound like she slept in the bedroom and he was on the couch. Because why else would he go into the girls' bathroom?
If he was in his bedroom, because they have a bathroom off their bedroom. So why wouldn't he just go to his bathroom?
That's exactly.
Did we ever pull up the layout of their house?
I was thinking the same.
I have it.
You have it?
You have it?
I have pictures of their house.
Well, I have pictures. Yeah, but
Not the layout, just pictures. Yeah.
Letitia told Molly he smiled. If so, then when Dre was in there, he pulled away from her on purpose. Can't help to think so. Wow. That's kind of a good point, Danielle.
It is. I thought about it. I just didn't want to say it. I'm glad you said it, though, because they can't come after you.
Marissa, I need to step away for 2 seconds. Can you talk?
I can talk, yeah.
You guys talk.
Go ahead. Okay. Thank you, Saren K. We have heard him in a full-blown argument, and he still never disrespected her. You're right. He was a gentleman. He only tried to plead his case. My husband would have took my head off. Oh.
Not literally, but
some guys will, they don't want to be disrespected, but he was a gentleman. He was a gentleman. And don't worry, I'm not, listen, when I get upset, 4 minutes later, I'm fine. And then I forget about it. So it's not something I'm going to drag on. So everyone that's messaging me, telling me, oh, please, blah, 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 I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I wonder if anyone can get police reports of calls. Yes, we've already ordered them. And yes, the mother said, if you want to go to the beginning, we did talk to Miss Letitia, and she said specifically that he's breathing basically on his, he doesn't have the trach or anything. She specifically said that he cracked a little bit of a smile. And when she said, open your eyes and blah, 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 she kept saying, open your eyes. She said that he opened them to a point where she could see the pupil and the whites of the eyes. Please check email and someone's backstory in chat on therapists. Molly, I have to disagree with you. Don't burn your bridges. I do believe that race can play a part of this. How am I going to burn my bridges?
Can I say something really? I think what you were saying, though, because people have been saying, y'all white people, y'all are white. What do y'all care? Y'all aren't a voice for Vaughn, right? And you were just saying, we are, though. It doesn't matter. Race doesn't matter to us. Like, we don't care. He's a human. We bleed red. We want to be a voice for him. So that's what you were saying, right, Mom?
I was a voice for Vaughn before they were.
Yeah, but that's where I think, and this is just me assuming, and I really hate to go back to this because I really don't want you to get riled up about this. You did a great thing. You and Justin did a great thing. She's seen her baby today, and that was because of all the support that she got from y'all and then the subs. But I think that's what you were saying, this because y'all have gotten heat. There's literally been people saying, like, well, He's a black man. Y'all are white. Y'all don't need to speak on this.
We don't have a right to care
Right.
about a human being.
Right.
What the problem is this is what I'm saying. This case is mirroring a lot of the Johnny Depp trial. She was setting him up just like Amber did to record. We saw this in court, okay? He is a man. They were saying Johnny Depp was abusing his power. No, it was the other way around. This is the women. Right now, we have women that are abusing men. Right now, we live in a time where hashtag Me Too. When guess what? A lot of the Me Too victims really aren't victims at all. They just used it and they tore it apart.
I would just like to state that I am married to someone of color, and my children.
I have black friends, therefore I can't be racist. You're an idiot. You're an idiot.
Right.
Now, do you think that Mr. Marvin Sr. or Miss Letitia ever said, well, we don't really want anyone speaking for us that's white? I never heard them talk about that at all, ever. So it's called class, people. Have some.
Okay. Now let's get back on this.
All right. Justin, I am totally ruining your live tonight. I'm in a very cranky mood.
Well, you need to be in a good mood.
What I need to do is go upstairs, take a hot shower, and take some Benadryl, and just fall asleep and be happy that what we tried to do, step one, happened. And all I want to say is, Andrea, thank you so much for making this deal with the lawyer to have his mother visit him with a supervised visitation with no camera or phone, and that you're going to permit his brother and stepfather to go see him tomorrow. I think that's very lovely of you. And everyone, please sub up to LB. She will be co-hosting, taking my spot, for real, with Justin tomorrow. Yes, I'm going to put on War of the Worlds. I'm going to say peace out. Thank you, guys. I love you. Justin, I'm sorry that Listen, I tried to be the Tinkerbell at first when I got here with the good news, but you're always going to have a troublemaker, and it's always going to be someone that wants to compete and talk about money. And
there's always going to be a troublemaker, but you don't have to give it to him.
Well, I honestly, for someone to say after all these weeks that we're lining our pockets, we haven't been paid anything. She should know we don't get paid until next month. And also, I would like to know for these channels, because I'm going to hold you to it, how much did you donate to his GoFundMe? Because therefore, if you haven't, and I mean what I said 2 days ago, if you did not give money, you have no right to talk about this story. And if you don't have the money to give, you better at least have his family's Cash Apps, his GoFundMe. Because if you don't, then we know that your intentions are for all the wrong reasons. Does everyone agree with me with that? I think they do. Because look at Justin can have his Cash App up right now, but no, he's got Von's mother. And guess what? That's the way it should be. If you want to support us, become a member. That's how you do it. Right now, his family needs that money for legal representation. Because if we didn't give her the money for legal representation, she would not have seen her son. So none of y'all new creators that came around 3 weeks after we did all the work and lost all the sleep, we made it happen.
We were asked to do this work.
And guess what? We don't need a pat on the back. What we need is genuine support and love for this man and his family. Thank you. Open your eyes, Vaughn. Thank you, LB. I know I sound a little psycho, but I'm very tired. I'm tired.
Okay. Yeah.
Justin,
Get you some rest.
you understand me. And plus,
I
when
know
you see
you.
your birthday gift, you're going to be like, I forgive you for being a little psycho.
You're fine.
All
You're
right.
fine.
Guys, I love you all. Thank
Love
you.
you. Bye bye.
Excuse
Bye,
me,
Molly.
Rebecca. All right, Rebecca, this is what I'm talking about. Rebecca, I swear on my life. Now you're pushing me. You're
Don't
pushing
give it to him, Marissa. Just
Rebecca.
stop. Stop.
I'm telling you, stop talking about the drama because you want to know something, sister? Nobody was talking about drama until the other channels were. When they saw that 5,000 people were in here. All right? So don't even try it. All right? They're jealous. They're jealous that Justin has 5,000 people in here.
Thank you, Big and Sexy 50. Thank you.
He doesn't need 500,000 subs.
As long as there's one in here and somebody listens to me.
No. Oh, there's Letitia. She's in here. She says, "Love you, Molly." I'm upset, Miss Letitia. I'm sorry, but they're not being very nice to me. So I want you to give them a spanking. Where is she? Go ahead. I'm gonna go to bed.
Go to bed. How are you wearing that big sweater right now? I
Because
would
I'm
be
Molly
dead.
Golightly. I'm a superhero.
I know, but you know something? I get cranky if I have like if I get hot.
Oh no, the air conditioning's on.
I know, but I still would get cranky. I like
Thank you, The Scoop. Look at this. The Scoop, one of the biggest clip channels that hates my gusts, is saying that we're doing a great job. Well, I appreciate that. Yes,
see.
I'm very passionate and I'm very vocal. I'm
She's.
very fearless. You ought to see me. I'm going to be Superman following. I'm going to go like this.
I mean, when you have an
Calling
Italian,
Molly a bully now. So now I'm a bully. You ought to see me in person. I'm
Molly,
not a bully. I'm not a bully. I'm very confrontational. Anything that you need to say, I want to hear you say it to my face. That's all.
Listen, Marissa is actually.
Thank you, little Texas tornado. Go ahead.
Marissa feels passionate.
In
It
everything.
doesn't matter if it's good or
Everything.
bad. She's passionate about everything. If she doesn't like you, she passionately does not like you. If she loves
It's either I
you,
passionately don't like you, or you mean nothing to me.
well, Marissa, she blows up, but she doesn't stay mad long.
For more than 4 minutes.
literally, yeah.
That's what I love about her. She doesn't hold grudges. Now she'll cut you while she's cutting you, but after that, she'll sew you back up.
Can you please mod up Letitia?
Of course.
Just so that we know that it's really, really her.
Yes. Hold on.
I can't wait to hear your update tomorrow. Oh shit, I'm not going to be here. But guess what? I'll have my phone on me all day. And Elle can give me an update. Actually, you want to know something? Letitia said that her children want to speak.
Yeah.
Yes. And especially Marvin. Marvin has got a little bit of ants in his pants.
We are all ears.
Yes.
Yeah, we are all
And
ears.
I could imagine if this was my sibling, I would have so much to say. I would be
Oh, absolutely.
I would be anywhere that would take me.
Hey,
saying
Letitia,
whatever
write
they-
something again, please, so I can.
Yeah, Letitia. I thought you were supposed to go to dinner. Oh wait, is it dinner time back there? Yeah, it's dinner time, 7 o'clock. There
Well,
she
they
is,
may do.
Letitia Bias, right there. This way we know that it's officially you. And there is a code word with his family, and I have the code word. So if we ever need to, what do you call it? We'll know it, the three of us. You have so much fun, Marissa. I don't even want to go tomorrow. Honestly, it's almost like I feel guilty about going there to have a good time. You know,
Yeah.
but I'm dying to know what's going on tomorrow. So even if I'm at that concert and I get a text message saying, "Oh my gosh, we got an update," I'm gonna walk out of the concert, go into the bathroom, and go, "What happened? What happened?"
Marissa's been to a lot of concerts.
I'm supposed to be at Morrissey in Vegas. I'm missing it all. I'm missing it all. I just don't have a desire to do anything. But Letitia, you're going to sleep good tonight. Well, guess what? She's got a lot to look forward to. As long as she takes her family out to a nice dinner, get your husband a steak, let him order whatever they want. Arizona, ooh, you can get some tamales.
Elle, the older you get, does your drive of like going to concerts and stuff, is it still the same as, or is it went down like everything?
Mine
Yes.
down.
Mine's
Mine
down
has
as
too.
well.
I think it's your hormones or something, because
I
now
don't
I'm
want to go out anymore.
like, it was my birthday, what, 4
Yeah.
days ago,
Mm-hmm.
and they
I
was like,
know.
let's go on vacation, let's go. I was like, I'll have to pack everything.
I know. I get the same way. It's when we get older.
And then
My
I gotta go to
birthday's New
the
Year's
bed.
Eve. I never celebrate ever.
I can just lay down in bed all day.
Exactly. Me and my husband, we go out once a year. That's it. And
Yeah.
we go out for our anniversary, and our anniversary is December 20th. So it's right before Christmas. So we go out, we eat dinner, and we go Christmas shopping. And that's our once a year. It's just too busy with our 6 kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we got football, we got this, we got that. And so we literally once a year is when we go out. Yep.
Yeah.
But
Same.
I started going to this is shocking for some people probably, but I started going to the bar when I was 15. I had a fake ID.
17.
Fake ID, and I met the owner when I was 17, and he liked me, and he asked me to dance, and so we were dancing, and he was like, "How old are you?" And I was like, 17, and he's like, "You're not even supposed to be in here." I was like, "No, I'm not." He was like, "How did you get in here?" And I was like, "Oh." And he said, "You've been coming here a while, so like, you know." And I'm like, "Yes, I have." And then I showed him my fake, and he didn't kick me out, and we actually dated after that for some time, and then I got pregnant and was a young mom.
Did you get pregnant at the bar?
No. and not by the bar owner either.
I just want to say before I go, thank you on my birthday wish list. I got this from the Glamorous Life. Click clacks. Remember these from the 80s?
Oh yes, they
I
knock you in the head.
Yes. These were my life. They brought them back from the 80s. Thank you. It's going to drive my family crazy.
Girl, you be careful with them.
Yes.
You might knock somebody out with them.
Remember,
Thank
get
you,
stomped in the head
everyone.
with them.
Thank you so much. I know, Carla.
You
Thank
too.
you, Glamorous Life, and thank you so much for being a Patreon. I have a zillion phone calls to make. I will get to it.
I think you're right, Angie. COVID did it.
I think COVID made, yeah, that's how I got fat. That and trying that keto diet.
Me too.
I should be the poster of don't try keto. It'll go in reverse.
It does.
I
This is what
gained weight.
keto does.
Thank you, Danny.
Molly Golightly, don't like the drama. It's okay. I just don't like the fact that this woman doesn't know me at all and is telling Letitia, be careful. No. And honestly, she's making money for herself. And I don't believe she's made any sort of donation to this family that she thinks she's going to come and talk about in week 3. Because, girl, let me tell you something. It's not fun going over years of videos and text messages and emails. 3 years worth. And thank God for the Facebook people who really did most of that work.
Oh my God, they're amazing on
I know
there.
it's like I want to take them all out to dinner, but there's 14,000 people.
Now there's like 50,000 on
Now
there.
there's like
Oh my
50,000.
God, there's a lot. Yeah, last time I checked, there was a lot.
Yes. Got
Yeah,
big
it's
fish.
sickening going over the videos. But yeah, thank you. I'm very cranky. I'm just very cranky right now. I'll snap out of it, and I'm glad that you guys. I'm glad that you lost 75. I don't need to lose 75 pounds, but I'm glad that you lost that much weight on keto. But it did not work for me. It's not a very expensive. It's not a very good diet in the long run. So everyone have a nice day. You're doing an
Uh,
awesome job tonight, especially tolerating me.
Me or both of us?
You, especially mainly Justin, because I told him that I was going to stop taking my antidepressant, and he told me no. He
Please,
did.
no.
He yelled at
you
me
didn't
last
stop
week.
it, did you?
I stopped it last week, the day that you told me not to, and you screamed at me. I stopped it.
That's your problem then.
Ah!
Seriously.
How you gonna tell me that I got a problem? I ain't got no problem, Mama.
Seriously.
Uh-uh.
You,
Mhm.
you need to take it, Marissa. I'm going to talk to you privately.
Okay.
He's gonna
You
get
can
on your
spank
butt.
me. Okay, guys. All
Okay.
right. I'll see you guys the day after tomorrow.
All right.
All right.
Bye,
Make sure, and you
Marissa.
do have Letitia's number, correct?
I don't.
All
I
right.
don't.
Justin, yeah, I'll give it to you.
Okay,
And
you can just give it to you. Tell her, give her
give
mine,
it
and
to
then
her.
she can
Okay.
just text me.
All right. No problem.
Okay.
Good night,
Love,
everyone.
loves. Good night.
Bye.
Bye. All right. So
Hey Justin, on the
yeah.
Justice for Vaughn page,
Uh-huh.
they put up a thing that Miss Letitia got to see her baby, but they photoshopped a picture of them together. Miss Letitia with
Oh,
Vaughn. It's
I want to look
really
at it.
cute.
Here, I'll look at it. Hold on. Let me find it.
And he's got Raza. He's holding Raza, and then they have I'm assuming that's Miss Letitia. I've never seen her other than her little bitty Cash App picture, but I'm
Yeah.
assuming that's her.
It's so amazing how these people
Ain't that so cute?
that is. Hold on, I'll show this. That is so awesome. Look at that.
That's awesome.
Let me see.
It looks like the same photo. I mean, it literally looks like they're standing there with each other.
People, I mean, really talented people.
Mm-hmm.
Really talented people.
Yep.
Gigi, thank you. If you did this, it's about an hour ago. It seems like so. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you. That's awesome. That is so awesome. There's another one that I don't know if he's. Oh, that's Mars. I forget. It may not be here, but maybe wait. This one was cool
That
too.
one, yes, that's really cool.
And there was one more. People's got their candles out.
Mm-hmm.
Look at him in the military. Thank God for our men and women in the military. God
Yeah.
bless every single one of them.
Absolutely. Me and my husband was just my husband's military. He's
Oh, okay.
yeah,
God
he was
bless.
in the military. He was in the Army and the National Guard, and he has not been to the VA since like 2010. So we
Wow.
finally went today for the first time to get him kind of back.
Good.
You know, because he has, yeah, he needs to go. So
Does he not like going to the doctor?
he doesn't like going anywhere. So he doesn't. He's literally he doesn't like going anywhere. So he was military, and then he worked oil field, and then when the oil field crashed and he became a stay-at-home dad,
Yeah.
he just really started having issues with leaving the house, like church, Walmart. He would have like anxiety about it.
Yeah.
He's
I love
gotten
that one.
That one's really good. I love that one.
Yes. Well, I'm glad that he's, hopefully getting
That's
better.
why we decided, like, hey, this, we know it's not right. Like, we know him struggling to get out of the house is not how he
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah.
So we're getting him
Well,
taken care of.
I mean, when you get, I think when you just get used to being in the house and stuff and you're not around people, the best way to do it is just keep pushing yourself
Mhm.
out.
Well,
It's,
when he was back in 2010, he was set up with like a counselor or something, and she basically told him, you need to go to Walmart for like an hour a day every other day. And he was like, I'm done, I quit, and quit going to this counselor because he was like, I'm not doing that. He's like, I'm
yeah,
not doing that. But yeah.
a lot of people have social anxiety.
Hmm.
A lot of people.
He's always on high alert when he's anywhere with a lot of people.
Yeah.
He's always on high alert. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well, if it can be a lot from the military.
mhm.
Obviously, you can't shut yourself off. So God
Right.
bless. Where were we? Let's see here. We stopped seeing his therapist. She denied they had arguments. Okay, we did
We
that.
got it.
The day prior, they had a disagreement. Dre said the disagreement was during the afternoon. See, I would say, in my opinion, which I mean, it may be just afternoon, but I would say later afternoon or evening, because if they went to bed sleeping apart, they were still arguing, right?
Right. More
Or
than likely.
they
Yeah,
were
you would
getting
think.
along,
Hmm.
and then if they get up that early, they started early, right?
Hmm.
So you would think that it kind of lasted throughout the evening, and
Right. They went to bed upset with each other, woke up still maybe kind of upset with it. That's what I assumed from it, that I read from it. Like, they woke up probably still a little upset.
right, exactly. Um, where was I? I think I moved my mouse. Okay, Marvin slept in the. Okay, Marvin slept in the bedroom while she slept on the couch. She woke up at 7:15. He went into the children's bathroom to clean up as he usually does. Now, this is what doesn't make sense to me. They have that great big master bathroom with the
Right.
golden tub. You've seen pictures, right?
Yep. Really big
Why would he,
bathroom.
I mean, why would he go to the children's bathroom?
I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure the bathroom has double sinks, like his and her sink.
Yes.
Um, yeah, I don't know. That's very strange.
So he goes and cleans up as he usually does. This is 7:15 in the morning, which they usually never wake up at this hour.
Yes.
He went into the children's bathroom as clean as he normally does. Okay. She offered him tea, which by tea she probably means K. They call it
Hmm.
tea. And he began to have a disagreement with her. This is according to Dre.
Hmm.
This is Dre's side of the story. So you're getting up 7:15. You're taking, you brush your teeth, everything like that. 7:15. Um, let's see here. 7:15. He's there. 7:30. 7:25. He's out of the bed. Probably something like that, right? 10 minutes out of the. How long do you stay? I don't know, 10 minutes. I don't just jump up normally, but yeah, he went
I
to
don't
the
either. I don't either. I lay around for a bit.
exactly. I just got to get my eyes focused. Uh, okay, she noticed that he was more lethargic than normal. Now, this has always been a topic of confusion for me. She noticed he was more lethargic than
And
normal.
normal.
What is causing him to be lethargic?
Right.
I mean, is it something that he took the night before?
Right.
Is it something that he took that morning?
Usually
And
when you wake up, you might
champion,
be, yeah,
you
yeah.
might be
Once
tired,
you
but you get it together after a minute, you know.
Exactly. Usually, the only time you're lethargic is if you're sickly or something like that. I mean, she could have even said tired. I noticed he still seemed a little tired, but she didn't. She said lethargic, which makes me believe like almost sickly or something,
Mhm.
or not well, just not well. It wasn't tired, it was a not well.
Yes. She said they use organic products for well being. They use K, which is an organic herbal medicine in the coffee family that has opioid properties. She believed he may have used more than normal, and there was a buildup of K in his system, making him act that way. Now, like with K, it can cause you to have seizures and some. What if they were up all night arguing? Good point. That could
Hmm.
be. It could be something just as simple as they was up all night arguing, or he didn't sleep good
Right,
the
because of
night
the
before
arguing.
because of the argument. Exactly. Thank you for that. Um, but I don't believe there was a buildup because he took extra.
And
I
her
mean,
saying that, she's putting that on him too. Like, oh, well, he was taking more. So there may be a buildup. Like, no, you was giving it to him.
she was giving it to him, but also a lot of times he would say, "No, I don't need any more," and she'd be like, "No,
Exactly.
just take another one. Take another
Here's
one."
another one. Go ahead, take another one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. And buildup of K in his system, making him act that way. They disagreed with her trying to calm him down. Who is they? They disagreed with her trying to calm him down. Could that be a typo, or was there more than one person there trying to calm him down?
Or is she saying they, as in she and him disagreed with her trying to be the one to calm him down? Like he's the one mad, and she's like,
So they're
"So
just
let's calm
disagreeing
down."
together. Okay,
Maybe,
calm
yeah.
down. I am calm, kind of one of those.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Like her being the one that was level-headed at the time. He was the one irate, or whatever.
Right. After disagreeing for a while, Marvin went outside. Dre went outside to check on him and saw him hanging in the shed. Now, what I wonder is, did he say he was going outside to do anything
Right.
to himself? Or did he say he was just, going out for a walk? Or did he not say nothing at all? Or, why didn't Dre.
Immediately follow him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of
Yeah.
times, me and my husband will do the same thing. If we're in like a heated discussion, if he
Right.
walks up, I'm following. I'm like, hold up.
Yes. I ain't finished.
Exactly, exactly. Yes. Come back here. Why are you walking away from me? Yeah, exactly. Especially if he walks outside, I'm opening the door and be like, where you got come back? We're
Yeah.
not done with this.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm
Uh,
wondering, I have questions about that as well.
exactly. She told. Okay. So she screamed at her oldest daughter, came outside to check on her. So after she screams, The oldest daughter apparently hears and checks on her, Dre, because she had screamed. She told her daughter to go back inside the residence. She attempted to get him down using a wobbly chair within the shed, but was unable to. Okay. She obtained his knife and then cut him down. Now, go ahead.
Okay, so this just clicked for me because my studio is the same size as
Thank you.
it's an 8 by 10, right?
Right.
So she said she attempted to get him down, use a wobbly chair. But honestly, I'm thinking about it, and I'm looking at my studio. If someone was in my studio hanging, I don't think I would need a chair because it's only 7 foot tall,
Right.
7 and a few inches. Most people stand like 5 feet. I don't know, and then to extend your arm would be like another good foot. So you could reach the rope to try to cut, or you know what I'm saying? Like, why did
Right.
she have to stand on a stool? Because she should have been within arm's reach of that rope anyways, or any way to try to, yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking because picturing if somebody was in here, I wouldn't have to stand on anything.
Right.
If I was going to try to cut the, you know. And the wobbly chair should have been right under him. I mean, unless he kicked it, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I wondered. I mean, how did he you have to stand, he would have to stand on something, you would think.
I would think.
Justin, how do you touch the middle? How did you touch the middle beam of the shed? I just touched it like this.
So it kind of proves my point. You wouldn't need to stand on anything.
I mean, I touched it just fine, and
Right.
and remember, I even stuck my finger
in it.
through it. And I'm only 5'8".
So I wonder how tall she is. So imagine the one that you were in. If when you walked in there, just say that someone was, you wouldn't need to stand on a chair, right? To try to.
Nope. L depends on how sharp it was. What does that mean?
Like
Sharp what is?
The knife, I guess. Like.
They argued for a while, but all this happened in less than an hour. Yes.
That's what she says.
Exactly. Exactly. All right. Where am I? I keep getting sidetracked. So she obtained his knife. Now, why does she say his knife? And where is his knife?
Mm-hmm. Was it lying around? Was it in his what? She mainly was the one with knives. I mean, she was always.
Yeah.
I love knives, So
Yes.
why did it have to be his knife? Why wasn't it just I just grabbed a knife? I mean,
Right.
me and my husband don't have specific knives, and even if we did, I would just I just grabbed a knife and I just cut him down because I didn't know what else to do. I just wanted him down. It wouldn't be. It's just that's weird that it was his knife.
I think so too. She called the police and she began CPR as instructed. I asked Dre if we could call anyone. Okay, we don't need that. She was told about the anesthesia, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I gotta hide something. Okay. I gotta read it like this for 1 second. Okay. I went into the shed and noticed a rope on the floor where Marvon McCray was. I collected the rope and later placed it into evidence. I noticed the chair she mentioned earlier. So if say we're cutting a rope, a pocket knife would fray the rope, FYI, because you will need to saw the rope. Yes.
That's what I was thinking.
Remember the other reports state, oh God, where did that one? Let's see to it. Remember the other reports states there was another vehicle home with another sedan as well. Yes, that is true, and I wonder. Um, I just wonder why. I mean, did they? That's something we need to ask. I wonder if Miss Letitia would know if they own two vehicles.
Right. Yeah. That I had that question as well.
I need to write that down. Okay. Where am I? So what I was going to say is, if you're okay, say the rope is wrapped around that beam, right? You put it through, and I'm just assuming that here's the beam, he puts it over, and then he puts it, he kind of makes a loop for the rope. It's looped onto the beam. Now, if you were cutting someone off, would you cut next to the beam? Or would you
I get
cut
what you're saying.
or would you cut just the rope around the neck, or would you cut it above their head? Like,
Oh my God. Yeah. Because
you can cut it three ways, right?
yeah, I mean, you got to think of it. It's back here. You get cut above, behind the head, where it's still under the tie
Right.
part. So it's like this,
Yes.
and so then it's going to be one rope. It's going to be a cut rope, but it's still going to be one whole piece, right? Am I thinking of this
Right.
correctly? One whole piece. Or if you cut above the knot and just
Yes.
cut from here down the knot that's looped,
Yes.
then there will be two pieces,
Yes.
one that would be in the beam and one that would come down with him.
Yes. Usually, usually the tape the rope before. Usually, you tape the rope before you cut it to prevent it from fraying. Well, yeah, but that's if you got tape. I mean,
Yeah, some people's not thinking about it. I didn't know that. I wouldn't know to do that.
I mean, I don't know if you would tape it just because. I mean, if he was lethargic, how he get that rope through there? I mean, I, I got questions. I agree. I agree with that. Yes. Um. So the way it sounds, I went into the shed and noticed a rope on the floor where Marvin McRae was. I collected the rope and then later placed it into evidence. I noticed the chair she mentioned earlier. The main beam went across the center of the shed from the opening to the back of the shed. I videoed the shed from within using my body worn camera. I drove to YRMC, which is Yuma Regional Medical Center, to check on Marvin. I was told he was on a ventilator. He's not now, people. Thank God. Thank God. And getting scans on his head. I was informed Marvin had been flown to Phoenix Hospital. I learned he was flown to the Veterans Hospital in Tucson. I called and learned Marvon was still in the ventilator and medications until no sign of brain activity. And uh, they were going to take him off the ventilator in 5:27:22, see if he would breathe on his own. Well, he is
He is.
breathing on his own. Okay. Um, let's see here. Body worn. I cannot wait till I get the um, the videos.
Oh my gosh, I
Can't.
know. Yeah.
That's gonna be. Hopefully they'll release it though,
I hope
because
so. You know,
it's very.
from my arrest, when I was arrested, I was falsely arrested. The charges were dismissed, and I sued the police department. But because it was a really, I was swatted. But
Oh my
when
God!
yes, I was swatted by 4 police officers. They drew guns on me and everything. But whenever I tried to get the dash cam and video cam at first. Like I called, and they're like, "We can't release it to you. You're going to need to get a lawyer to release it." Which I thought, well, that's BS. I mean, wouldn't it be
I bet you learned about a
public?
lot of your rights after that, didn't you?
Oh yes, oh yes. If I could go back, that whole thing would have went a completely different way, you know.
Yes.
Um, but I didn't
But
know back then.
FOIA, it's called FOIA,
FOIA, yeah,
Freedom of
Freedom of
Information
Information
Act.
Act, yeah. Shelby, I got
Yeah.
that picture. Thank you so much.
But what were you
If
saying?
they release it though, so I was just saying it was really difficult for me to get it. Like I contacted them, and even me being the one that was in it, it being my case, they did not want to release it to me. They told me I had to get my lawyer to do it, and then of course, my lawyer did it or whatever. So we were able to get some of it,
They
but
didn't want to give it
they
to you.
didn't exactly. They did not want to give it to me. And what's crazy is when we did
Yes,
get
they were
it,
making harm.
there were 4 discs, there were 4 officers. It should have been body cam, dash cam for each officer. We only had 1 body cam for 1 officer. The rest of the discs were like tampered with to where they didn't work right.
Imagine that.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just going to say it might be difficult. They may not want to give it. Or if there's an open investigation, they may not be able to yet.
Correct.
So,
It's very possible. I mean,
mhm.
but hopefully we can get that for
Yes.
sure.
Hmm.
Directly.
Letitia has a lawyer, so her lawyer might be able to request it as well. If they're not going to let it go with someone just requesting it through a FOIA, she might be able to get her attorney to reach out to try to get it.
True. We may have to. Whatever, it's
Hmm.
it's definitely needed. That's for certain.
Absolutely, yes.
So, Dre stated she went outside and found her husband Marvon hanging in the shed. She did not describe exactly how he was positioned when he found him. The shed is a basic 2-door shed made of metal material, approximately 10 feet by 14 feet, and approximately 7 feet tall at the center. Because the other beams, the roof is kind of goes like this. You know what I mean? It kind of
Hmm.
so there's
I
different.
think like mine, I might try to show you guys
Yes.
like that kind of, and
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Exactly. Yes. Um. Thank you, Morgan. Let me see here. Uh, there were 3 metal beams on the top of the shed. I showed you the 3 metal beams earlier. Um, although it had rust within its walls, because it looked like an old shed. It
Mhm.
really did look like an old jet, but it appeared to be sturdy, according to this officer. The beam appeared to be sturdy enough to hold Marvon McRae. Now, you've seen pictures of Marvon, some of the latest pictures uh, before the accident. He was skinny.
Mhm. He was.
He looked emaciated, really. He,
Mhm.
because he's usually, a very good, healthy weight,
Right.
muscular, all that. But
Yes.
now, a rope could fit into the ridge beams due to the ridges of the shed roof, allowing a rope to pass through. There was an old stool within the shed, which I believe was the one Dre said she stood on to cut Marvon down. Now, see, that's a different. This officer said that,
It was too wobbly. One said too wobbly. This one says she
yeah,
did stand on it to cut him down.
yes.
Mhm.
Uh, I would probably take the other officer's word because, I mean, you're not going to make up. I tried to stand up on that, but I couldn't because it felt like it was going to break or something. You know what I
Right. But
mean?
this one could have misunderstood it as
I
she got.
think that,
Yeah. Yep. I get exactly what you're saying. He may have not
yes.
got all the information as, oh well, she grabbed a chair, so he just took it as she grabbed a chair, and that's when she stood up on. When really, yeah, I get what you're
In my
saying.
opinion, this was totally rushed.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I do not know if Dre took the rope off Marvon. Now, wouldn't that be like question, like at least in the top 20 questions?
Right.
Everybody.
Absolutely. Yes.
When I looked over the shoulder of a firefighter, I did not see any rope. Okay. Due to Marvon McRae's position in the shed and the firefighter blocking the entryway, I was unable to see any rope around Marvon's body. Shouldn't he have asked, like, people's account of that?
I would have. You would think. You would think each officer would. I don't know. Like, I get it. In their mind, they may think this is just an attempted suicide. So they don't want to question her too much. But I've watched true crime stories where literally, people, women accidentally leave their baby in the car and they bring that woman to the station to question her. And she's questioned for an
Yes.
hour or two by two or three, two detectives want to get up and go out and continue speaking. And, so it's just, like, I get it. They wanted to be sympathetic what she was going
Yes.
through because it looked a certain way. But I still feel like they should have investigated properly. They should have asked more questions.
Regardless whether he did this or not,
Exactly.
everything, every time should be investigated thoroughly. Every
Exactly.
single life. It
Right.
doesn't matter if it is a homeless man with a rope or a billionaire with a rope. It doesn't matter.
Absolutely. Yep.
You know, I did not see any marks on Marvon's neck due to him being too far away when I first saw him. That's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you need to describe what the neck looked like in the
Somebody.
police report.
At
Like, it's
least two different officers should have described should have looked so they could have an accurate description of what the neck
Yes.
looked like.
Exactly. Um, I located the rope on the center floor of the shed after Marvon was taken away to the Yuma Regional Medical Center. So to me, it sounds like it's in one piece.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it
Yeah, that's
sounds
what
like.
it sounds like. Yeah.
But nothing would surprise me because of this police report.
Right. Right.
Um, the rope appeared to be a natural fiber manila rope. Now, would that be like just kind of just like a light brown rope or something?
I think so. You know, like a
Just
manila, like a manila envelope that's kind of like a
yes, that's
goldish type color. And that's
yes.
what I was thinking. Like a one of the I
That's
looked at
exactly what
some
I
of
thought. It
them.
was a manila
Yeah.
envelope because
Yeah.
that's the only color I ever hear of manila is a manila
Exactly.
envelope.
Right. Same, same.
Like I don't know of
Exactly.
anything else that's manila.
Me neither.
Uh, let me see. Natural fiber manila rope.
My manila
From
boot back
the
there.
yes, exactly.
My manila boot.
Yeah, that's true. From the loose end to the noose, it was approximately 4 feet in length. Okay. Thank you guys. Sorry I haven't been looking at chat. I was reading. Lovely to hear that Letitia has seen her baby. Glad to see it. Thank you so much. And
Thank
Rose,
you
thank you
also.
so much. So, how thick was the rope and what kind of knife was it? A parallel pocket knife, hunting knife? It's a good question. Vaughn has a picture. I think Dre posted it one time. It's a photo, and it says Vaughn just got a new knife, and it was like a knife that was about this long, with the handle, and it kind of had like a curve, and it was like a peeling knife. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you mean. Just so
So
weird that it would be specific to his knife. I just wouldn't even
yes,
think. Like,
I would just say I got a knife.
right. I just ran and grabbed a knife and cut him down.
I don't even say I got a knife. I would just say I cut him down.
Exactly. Exactly. I would just be like, I saw him
I
out
cut
there
him
and I
down.
hurried up and cut him down.
Yes, the father did file an emergency order.
Erica says, "Oh
Wait,
my
the
God, why
rope
ain't
was
anyone answering me?"
what is it?
Erica said, "Oh my God, why ain't anyone answering me?" I'll tell you why. Because the chat goes by so fast, and with him
Yes,
reading something,
so smart.
he's gonna
It's so
see like one comment every 100. I mean, it's really
yes.
difficult to keep up with the chat.
Sorry. Um, you said someone said was it under him? Wait, was it under him? Um let's go back to that.
I think one of
From
the
the
cop. I think they were
go ahead.
saying that he couldn't see. I don't think it said it was under him. He just couldn't see it because he wasn't. There was people like in the way, and they had a light going on, so he didn't see it at first. Right? Isn't that what they were saying earlier? One of them.
Now, from the loose end of the to the noose, it was approximately 4 feet
Four.
in length. Now remember, it's only 7 feet tall, right?
The building itself.
The building itself. So if that was 7 feet, right? and this is 4 feet. That would leave 3 feet, right?
He wouldn't have had to get up on anything then. He literally, and she wouldn't have had to stand up on anything. Hanging 4 feet down, that would have been 3 feet off the ground
Yes.
from to where his head, that would have meant that essentially his head would have been 3 feet off the ground. Right? Am I thinking of this
Yep.
right?
That makes no sense to me.
He would have been dragging the ground. His feet would he would have been on the ground. In which I do know, there's been
You
cases
can do it
where
from a doorknob.
right. If you really want to
But
do it, you can do it.
right, if you measured 4 feet to the noose, then the rope was actually longer because they didn't untie the noose. Exactly, Navy vet. Yes, but it takes 2 feet to make a noose. Yes, but uh,
They're
they
not
was
even
saying
counting that
they're not
part.
counting. Yeah,
So they're saying from the where the noose was tied. So noose is down here, the knot,
yes,
and then 4 foot, four
yes,
foot in between. That's what they're saying.
yes. You can do it from any height, but why is she saying she had to get up on a stool to cut him down?
She literally that would have meant that when she walked in, he would have been about 3 feet off the ground. It literally would have been like right here. His head,
Right, right,
would have been like right here.
right.
So that makes no sense at all.
If Vaughn is responding to similar, these doctors may want to reevaluate with an EEG study as well as physical stimuli and test because it does not sound like he's brain dead. Yes. I keep asking about the fire report. Um, a lot. I, I asked about the fire report, but I think there's a lot of medical information in that, and sometimes it's hard to get it because of HIPAA. Um, because they were the one giving the CPR and stuff, but it might be a lot of redactions, but I'll try. Drake tried to paint a pic of Vaughn's mental health in the last 2 years, making it sound like she's not surprised Vaughn did what he did and officers believed it. Thank you, Paulina. That really has me puzzled right now.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Nina, that is confirmed. Miss Molly spoke to Letitia earlier on panel, and Letitia did see him and confirmed that she spent time with him, and he did respond to her. By when she kissed his hand, he was able to smile. He made a slight smile. Um, and then when she first came in, she said, "Your mama's here," and his heart rate went up a little bit.
Yes. Wow. Because Vaughn, if Miss Letitia is still in here and somebody sees her chat, Vaughn, I think she said Vaughn was 6 feet or 6 feet one. 6 feet or 6 feet one, I'm pretty sure she said. The diameter of the rope was approximately 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Okay. I was unable to tell if it was new or old, but it did not appear to be frayed. I did not speak to the firefighters because I was with Dre while they worked on Marvon, and they left afterwards. If a person is requiring their services, we typically let them do their job without obstructing them. That's good, but you need to talk to them afterward. I did not know what Marvon's body position was when Yuma Fire Department arrived at the shed. I arrived a few moments later. Um, where was that coming out of the shed? Bear with me 1 second. I arrived a few moments later, and the firefighters I saw entered the side yard. The period, uh, the period Dre McCray provided states at approximately 7:15 when she saw him going to the bathroom. The call came in at Yuma Police Department at 8:28. 7:15. So that's what, an hour and 15 minutes? Hour and 13 minutes.
13, yeah.
She stated they spoke with one another but did not provide an exact time of how long. That would be a very important question to ask Yuma Police Department. Very important. She described Marvon hanging from the rope with something coming out of his mouth. She tried to lift him using a stool, which I did see within the shed. Dre told me Marvon was about 2 steps inside, facing the front of the shed and slightly right, which would be facing northwest. She said she cut Marvon down. She did not see any injuries, but saw red, which she believed to be blood, on his left clavicle. Her eldest daughter heard her scream and came outside, but according to Dre, I gotta hide something right here. There we go. Would have to be on his knees or practically sitting for how long the rope supposedly was. Or am I crazy? Yes, I was literally thinking like almost on your knees.
That's what I was thinking. And too,
Yeah.
someone else had a really good point. Find out how the knot was tied, because military, they tie knots a certain way. My husband, I don't remember what it's called,
Yes.
but he always ties his knots in a very particular way.
Yes. And
You know,
I've actually seen murder shows where they've found ropes, not even just with hangings, but just the way they tie it a certain way. And they tie it that way, and they don't even think about it any longer. While, if it's someone in the military that's done a crime, that's just the way they tie it, and they forget that, and they've
right.
solved crimes knowing that,
Crimes
oh,
like
this
that.
is the military.
Exactly. That's a good clue for them. If it's tied that way, they assume it more than likely is military because of the way that it's tied.
Yes, that's a very good point. Very good point.
Yeah, so thank you, whoever in the chat said that. Thank you. And
Very.
Teresa, they are referring to this as a noose in the report. That's what they're calling it, is a noose.
Yes. Uh, also, someone mentioned to me earlier that Marvin was in the hospital a while back, and that allegedly they were checking, according to Dre, they were checking him for like plastic poisoning, which I had never even heard of.
I've never heard of that either. Plastic poisoning.
Does anyone know if there's such a thing called plastic poisoning? Is, I mean, it's probably something that's in plastic. You know what I mean? And they just, I don't know. We all love you. Oh, we all love
Thank
you.
you.
And Marissa Dunn, we even like you. We love Elle too. Yes.
Thank y'all.
Yes, it's a chemical in it. Yes. Okay. Yes. Now, I have heard people who sold that jewelry that I will not mention, and they keep a ton of it in their house, in inventory and stuff. And I've heard of people saying that when they get rid of all that jewelry and stuff, their health improves even. I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know. Just a thought.
Mm-hmm.
Her daughter did not see Marvin McRae, so she was not able to cooperate. Dre McRae on Marvin McRae's positioning. Dre McRae's children were inside the residence during the interview. None of them came outside. Now, but I just thought they said one of the daughters came outside, and she told him to go back inside. But does that mean just none of them came outside while he was there?
While they were there? But one of the officers notes that Raza said, "My dad told me not to come out here." So, and I have a question, Justin. So when you went in the building, she said he was facing outward, but a little to the right. So if you're imagining when you walk in someone hanging, if the rope is through the beam, wouldn't they just?
They would just be in the middle.
Wouldn't they just be in the middle? They wouldn't be facing one way because that beam is going to keep them straight. That beam is going straight, right? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
So how would you be a little bit to the right? I don't know.
Right. How would he be facing this way? I don't know.
Huh. Very good point. Very good point. None of them came outside. Although not seen, I could hear children inside the residence, but their voices did not sound agitated or distressed. It's probably because most of them just got up and didn't know what was going on.
Right. Exactly.
Or they were just used to the chaos.
Mm-hmm.
Desensitized.
Which is really sad to think about.
Yes. Dre stated their arguments were more of a disagreement due to her trying to answer his questions calmly. I call bullshit.
I call BS as well.
Yes.
Why if this happened to my husband, it's everything is I was the calm one. He was the one verbally abusive, and I would just try to calm him down. We would argue, and I'd be the one trying to calm him. That never happens.
It doesn't work like that.
I'm
That's
darn
not like
no, I'm darn near perfect. Okay. But when me and my husband fight, sometimes I'm the mean one. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean,
exactly.
Not most of the time, but sometimes, So I'm not buying her painting herself out to be Miss Perfect. I'm never mad. I'm always one to try to calm him down. if she was going to be honest here, she could. It would have been like we fuss, we fight, we both have our issues with each other. It wouldn't be all about her making herself seem like the one that was always trying to calm him down.
Yes. Justin, would there have been two pieces of rope in evidence if it had been cut? And the rope would be frayed if it had been cut? Well, it depends on a what part of the rope she cut. Like if she cut it in the midsection, there would be two pieces of rope. But if she cut it up there next to the beam, it would be essentially one piece of rope. Right? Justin, the thing I wrote down to be revisited is Marvon Sr. when he mentioned blunt trauma to head. That is not listed in the report, and Dre doesn't mention it as an injury she's seen. Gotta dig on that. I agree. I agree. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like if Dre would have just been honest and, acted like she was human, you can respect someone more. If they, we're not perfect,
Mm-hmm.
we're human.
Exactly.
Nobody expects anyone to be
To be
perfect,
perfect, right?
but,
That would be a red flag to me.
correct.
Her always saying that it was him, 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 him.
Yes. So, although not seen, I could hear children inside with the residents. Okay. Uh, Arguments were morbid disagreement, and she was trying to answer his questions calmly. Well, what kind of questions did he have? That's what I would have asked her if I was a cop. What was the
Right.
argument about?
Mm-hmm.
Because that could have been a motive for
Exactly.
for either him to do this to himself or somebody else to do this to him,
Yep.
right? So why didn't they ask her that rather, pardon me?
Mm-hmm.
Makes no sense. uh, I do not believe there was anything very disruptive when they had their disagreement, because I believe if it would have upset the children, and I would have at least heard them crying or yelling, which I did not. First of all, cops are never supposed to feel or believe. They're supposed to
Exactly.
find factual evidence to support or not support the argument.
Yeah.
Corroborate. One report said firefighter had to move hanging rope out of the way. If you cut near throat, that would be risky and probably cut. Exactly, Becca. Very, very true. You guys are very observant with this. Um, but, I mean, first of all, we don't know how the kids were. They may have just woken up, most of them, and the TV could have been on. They may have not had any idea of what was going outside, or they may have not known how serious it was. You just can't go off of that. He
Right.
didn't even lay his eyes on them. So how are you to know, officers?
As far as anybody could have known, there could have been a grown man sitting in there on the couch with the kids. Y'all
Yes,
staying here. We don't know because nobody even went to talk to the kids.
exactly. Mm, sorry. It's very disheartening.
Yes.
Um, while speaking with Dre, I asked her if Marvon had tried this before, meaning SUICIDE. She stated a couple months prior, he tried to hang himself in the closet with a belt, and the closet broke. It is unknown if this incident was reported to law enforcement. I did not ask any further questions of Dre regarding this previous SUICIDE attempt. Now, let's say he did this before.
Mm-hmm.
Even if the closet broke, it had to hurt him somehow. Had to.
Yeah. You would think.
I mean, because first, if you do that, it's still going to be force around your neck, and then it's going to break, probably very slowly, and then bam,
Right. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Because if he would have had his weight on it enough to where it broke the closet, he would
Yes,
have bam, like you just said, bam, telling the same story.
yes,
Um,
yes,
and if I would have been the cop, I would have said, "Can you show me that area real quick so I can note it, so I can maybe show it on my body cam, just so for the record, so we can see that this is a history that he's tried this before."
right. And what was it about? Why did he feel like there was no other way out than this if he
Right.
truly did this to himself? And if not, at best, why didn't Dre get help for him?
Right.
Her
Exactly.
husband.
Man, if my husband would have tried that and not succeeded, and how did she know? Did she walk in? Did he tell her? Did he say, "Hey, listen, this is how I broke the closet because I did X, Y, Z"? How did she know? How did she know? Did she find him as he was trying to do it? And because if he did tell her, if he did say, "This is what I tried to do today," he was asking for help. You don't tell somebody that you attempted that unless that's a cry for help.
Yes,
She
exactly.
failed him either way. Yeah.
Exactly. Closets aren't that high. Closets are not that high, but you can literally do it from a doorknob if you know how
Really
to.
want to. But
Right.
from the pictures of their house, it did look like it was really weird. So their bathroom, you see the bathroom, and then you see this wall that has doors going in, and the ceiling extends. Did you see that? Did you see the bathroom? The picture of the bathroom? I know you did because
Yes.
you spoke. So it's
Yes.
the bathroom. There's like a bathtub in the center, right in the center. There's the
Correct.
wall, two
Yeah.
doors, and then the wall, and it opens where the ceiling kind of extends up a little bit.
Yes.
So that ceiling is kind of high up in the house, higher than it would be in the building, the shed, from what I think. Anyways, I'll go back and look at the pictures, but I think it would definitely be higher in the closet.
Oh, absolutely. I would think so too. I would think so too. Molly's husband just told us a story about the guy in the closet. How ironic. She states the same thing. Belt and closet. Yes. Against. Yes. Oh my God. Against moist wonton taco cookie taco. Um, did you get? You wasn't here when Dre was.
Nope, I saw it. I
You
wasn't
saw
here, but
it.
I watched
The
it. Yes.
wonton.
Yes, I so saw that. I was looking for the comment. I'm like, wait, what are you reading? What are you reading? Yes, I was. I wasn't on panel, but I was watching when
She
you
was
said that.
standing
That's
over the
wild.
trash can. I was like, why is she under her wonton?
Oh my goodness, so wild. That's why I'm going to start calling it my one time.
Yes. Oh, leave it to me. Where was I? Okay, yeah, he had tried it. He says a couple months prior. So this happened in May, right?
Mm-hmm.
May, so February, March ish, maybe. That's if it's a couple months. And they broke the closet. If it, okay, and okay, I already read that. And the officer didn't ask any other questions to that. Didn't know if it was even documented or not. So Dre stated she cut Marvon down with one of her husband's knives. Looking at the rope, the ends did look like a knife was used to cut it. I did not collect the knife, which is one of the worst things. That's terrible. He should have collected the knife, he or she, the officer should have. Because the way the cut on the rope corroborated what Dre said. How do you know? There has been
Right.
no test. You're just saying it appears that way. Appearing is not a fact. Just so sad. It should have been better.
Very sad.
I never saw the knife. Well, then, was it what is it, serrated? Is that what is it called? Where the
Mm-hmm.
like the because and then there's the just the regular knife, and then there's the it's got like the little points on the
Right. Depending on what kind of knife it is, it
Yes,
could tell how the cut should have been.
exactly. Serrated. That's what
Yeah.
they're called. Never took the knife. Never saw the knife. Shouldn't that knife been around like really freaking close? Like really close. That knife should have been like literally just a couple feet away.
Exactly.
Because what are you going to do? You cut them down and you throw the knife to the side.
Exactly. Yep. It should have been right there on the floor somewhere.
Exactly. That's what bothers me about it. It's just um mm, I did not ask where she obtained the knife. I did not ask her to show me the knife. I never saw the knife. It was my belief the knife was used solely to free Marvon from hanging in the shed. I did not take photographs with my Yuma Police Department issued camera because I used my body worn camera to capture the scene. By using my body worn camera, I believed I would capture the entire scene better and clearer than my issued camera. I did not go inside the residence. Huge mistake. You could have checked the kids, their condition. You could have looked around in, the closet area and all of that. See if there was anything else going on in the house. I mean, you don't have a
Exactly.
search you don't have a search warrant, but you don't need a search warrant to go inside as long as they allow you to go inside. Now you can't search through their drawers or anything,
Right.
but you can go in and make an observance to what I believed was I did not go inside the residence due to what I believed was an attempted suicide. Marvon is substantially larger than Dre is. If Dre and Marvon McRae was in a physical altercation, I believe I would have seen some type of injury on Marvon McRae. Well, not if he's lethargic, not if he is drugged,
Right.
potentially. Uh, we don't know. Not if there's other people that got into physical altercation with him, maybe. I believe I would have seen some type of injury on Dre or Marvon. Some type of injury. So I believe I would have seen some type of injury on Dre. If a physical altercation would have happened within the residence, I believe the children would have been upset, yelling and crying, which I did not hear. But you didn't put your eyes on them. It could have been the television. It could have been the stereo. It could have been they just woke up. There were multiple items on the pathway to the shed, which did not appear to be disturbed. The shed looked like a typical shed with items everywhere, but there was dust over everything, indicating no disturbance. Um, you didn't even look for the knife around, so how the hell are you going to know if there's a disturbance? You didn't
Right.
look anywhere.
It
This,
just because there wasn't a disturbance doesn't mean something more sinister didn't happen. What if she gave him
exactly.
something and he went into a seizure and unfortunately like, went unconscious, and she let him lay there a bit thinking that it was nothing, and then she checks his pulse and sees that his pulse is faint, and she goes, oh my, or he has no pulse, and then she thinks, oh
Yes.
my god, it's got to be all this crap that I've been giving him. There's no way I could bring him to the police. She didn't want the doctors to know what was in his system. That's
Well,
obvious. We hear her saying that.
she said he had no pulse. She said it
Right.
with her own lips.
So just say if something more sinister did happen where she gave him a drink and he's out,
Maybe.
you know? And then she could have got him out there to that shed and set the scene to where it looked a certain way. That way it wouldn't be, because like I said, there's audio of her saying like, don't tell him this, don't tell. She don't want doctors to know what was in his system. You know what I'm saying? So
Exactly.
it doesn't mean there had to be a physical altercation between the two. It could have been something just he passed
The
and she
words that he
freaked.
refused to hit her. He's
Exactly.
he's never been accused ever of laying a hand on her. In fact, there's a recording where she may have landed hands on him, and she also allegedly threw a punch and hit a door or a wall. I think it was a wall, if I'm correct. Um, The stool was in the shed, as stated by Dre. I do not believe Dre McRae had the upper body strength to lift Marvon McRae. All these indications led me to believe the incident was attempted suicide. I later went to Yuma Regional Medical Center to check on him and put the x-rays or check on him, but he was in x-ray when I arrived, then flown to the Veterans Hospital of Tucson afterward. I did not see Marvon McRae while at the YRMC, but Officer Reed later mentioned he saw an abrasion on his arm. We need to ask her about that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Also, a friend of mine messaged me and said that, let me read it. Um, Part of the supplement was added this month. Like some of the reports were added this month.
Yes, it was.
Even though this happened in May. So why are they coming
Yes.
back, reviewing the audio, the tape? Because some of them, two of them reviewed footage from body cam. Two of them noted we reviewed. We are writing this after we reviewed it, and it's months later, or at least 2 months later, right? Almost 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
So why are they coming back writing reports?
Yes. Because there started to be, at that time, there started to be a lot of questions around this. And that's why, in my opinion.
Gotcha.
Uh,
You would think they would have wrote a report after they got back to the station.
Good night, South Africa.
Good night.
Yes. You would think that for sure. You would absolutely think that, I mean, they know that this is piss poor, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that this will really make them think as officers, whoever these officers are, that you got to, like, I support the police. Like, I really do support the police, but they're not infallible either.
Right. Absolutely.
There's good and bad out of anything.
Mm-hmm. Bad apples in everything.
That's right. It doesn't matter. Exactly. So, all right. We've been on here 3 hours and 32 minutes. So, I gotta go. I gotta go pee. So,
Oh my gosh, I do too. I do too. I'm like, you're about to unbutton my pants. I'm like,
my bladder's like,
same.
I'm sitting here drinking.
Yep.
All right. Navy vet for the broken. Justin, coming from someone who suffers from seizures. If you have a seizure, you can become lethargic afterward. That's a good point. If you do not take or stop your seizure medication, you can become lethargic and seize. Very true, Navy vet for the missing. Thank you so much for that super chat and the information. And I'm sorry you suffer with seizures as well. I hope you got them under control now. And Heather, she would have put the rope around him, then the beam, and used her weight to leverage him up. Ooh, it's possible. She wouldn't have to cut him down that way. That's a thought. That's actually a thought. Okay. Thank you for that information. All right. Anything else you want to say, Elle?
Just thank you so much for having me. And today was a good day. I loved hearing from Von's mom. We literally have hope now. Like I feel like I have, like before it was like praying for a miracle, but I really feel like we have hope now here. And
Yes.
the update from Miss Letitia about Von. So that's awesome.
Keep praying. Keep praying.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So tomorrow we'll be on Miss L's.
Yay.
Becca, if all of this is taking a hanging on her only word. Yeah. Exactly. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
He's looking in the case of Arabelle Floss in Minneapolis. I will do that. Thank you, Danielle. I'll do that. If you want, to get the number from Marissa,
Yes.
my number, and then just text me and let me know what time. And then what's really good if you just put it in the Justice for Vaughn on Facebook. That's what I do a few hours in advance, so people know to come over here, and it'll show when you're live from Facebook. on YouTube as well.
Okay,
So,
awesome. Yeah, I can definitely do that.
yeah. All right, guys. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Yes.
God bless each and every one of you. We will see you tomorrow with Miss L. Thank you
Bye,
all.
everyone. Bye, Justin.
Bye. Good night.